Beaver, away!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a grand evening of the grand tournament of GG Tour Lockdown and Loaded. It is a grand day, a grand night, and a grand start to our grand final. Yes, we're here. I'm going to keep nailing that point home. It's the grand final, baby. I'm feeling grand. Because we've got two grand finalists here battling it out for this double or nothing money prize pool in this tournament. Are you feeling grand?
Oh yeah, this is going to be so good. I saw the Ascent versus New Team matchup. That is honestly one of the best games I've ever seen, and I can only assume it's going to be better in this finals.
We can't talk about these two teams before we talk about their journeys here. Looking at the playoffs, looking at the groups.
Like Virtus.pro and New Team have been very good so far this tournament. So we look at the knockout stages here.
Feint have had the results there. They've made their way to the grand finals. They definitely deserve to be here, going straight to the rosters. So we should probably remind people as well. Who knows? Maybe you only tune into the grand finals. So over on that Feint squad, if you need reminding, is going to be Voxy on that combo scout, Yeehaw on that flank scout, Hugo's playing that pocket, Opti on that roamer, Mac will be playing demo, and Vanny will be playing medic.
The Ascent squad is a lot more interesting because it is only Ascent in name, I'd say. We got Poppy on Pocket Soldier, who's been absolutely insane. And then you have Domo on Demo Man. Then you've got Lucas, one of the best demos in the game. He's playing Scout. Then you got Caper. He's playing Scout in here. And then you got Tomaz. He's playing Soldier. He's playing Roamer, to be more specific. And it's all sorts of mixed up. And then you've got Condog on Medic in the end is. But let's talk about the maps, since I've already kind of been deciding to talk about it.
Feint start off with a Reckoner ban, Ascent banning out Metalworks, pick out Sunshine, whilst Feint Gaming picking Snakewater, Ascent picking out Granary, Feint are going to pick out Gullywash, and finally Process is our decider. Before we get into the individual map matchups, who should be winning this, do you reckon? Should it be Feint, the established team in this game of Team Fortress 2, or are you just a fan of that Ascent squad and their shenanigans?
Well, yes and yes. I do think Feint is going to win this. I think they're the clear favorites. In that sense, yes. But you have so much individual talent on the Ascent roster that they can absolutely make it work. And they're all so competitive that, like, I don't think they're just, here to have fun. Like, no. They're here to win. They're going to do it a bit differently. And you could really just see them, like, crank it into another gear. And it was very, very interesting to look at. So let's just hope they can, like, get it into gear early on and just keep the motor, like, revving at a high rate. Because otherwise, I think they're going to fall behind.
To our first location, our hot spot will be Sunshine to start off this. This was Ascent's pick, need I remind you, Beta. And if you're just joining us, it is I, TurboTabs. I'm joined with Beta. I'm joined with Weetooth and Ramed. We're all going to be in it together with Ascent versus Feint Gaming on this GG Tour Lockdown and Loaded. Let's see who gets the first mid, who gets the first beat in this.
Opti's already talking shit. He's just dropped that you're about to be in shambles. So we're coming in hot here, TurboTabs. Do you see anything on this mid that we're talking about?
I just see everybody hanging out on their own little Tetris, just hanging out on the safety spire. Who dares jumps first? It seems that Pappy is the first one to jump, but it's just a fake out. He's now going to jump in with his team, and they follow up with some nice little crisp rockets onto them, and they've got Corndog still alive. If he can keep himself alive, they should be in a good place to re-push this mid here, Beta.
Yeah, they absolutely got that. There was a really nice soldier bomb in there. Good distraction from Poppy, and then just came in once the second shoulder came in. Now just going to play around their own medic. You just see both scouts kind of bundled up with the demo man, just waiting for the soldier to come in, and Cabo just perfectly denies that soldier. Opti didn't stand a chance, and I think that was what Feint was really trying for. And there we go. That's going to be the first mid going to Ascent, so they're going to take it there quickly, kind of proving me wrong. I love it. As they're even going to keep going and take down Mac. Look at that.
The pressure. Thomas following up on the pressure, and they're going to get some bonus kills. Everyone loves a good bonus kill, especially if it's a demo man going in, Ubering into last. This has got to be the freest round of their lives to start off this grand final. They've already sticking up that right side, pressuring that medic, but they're not shooting at the people with guns though, Beta. Too much emphasis on that medic.
Point, though. This is so close. They're just desperately trying to edge it out, but it looks like they barely managed to just hold off. Lucas got a bunch of kills, but it was not enough. They actually did a pretty good job of playing the point there. That just goes to show how good Ascent or Feint is. Because Ascent, they played that really well, but it just wasn't enough. They're really good defense. They kited really well on Feint. They're going to cap out this second point, but it looks like they're not quite in a position to hold off and hold on to it.
Matt goes down again at the second point, and they don't have the Uber built this time, so they're going to feel a bit sheepish about pushing this in. And
Did he blow himself up?
I think he just got cut off, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I didn't see it, you didn't see it, so if a tree falls down in the forest, Mac really die. Who knows?
True, he's alive right now, so I don't think he died.
Yeah, conspiracy. Domo, he's Ubering in. He's focusing down that sniper. The sniper switches off like any good sniper should for this last push. They will defend and swap out the sentry gun as well. They've got the heavy weapons guy ready and pumping. A couple of trades here. They do take out Mac early. It's a big name for this last defense, and they need to start re-pushing in. Pappy's getting some nice solid damage in out. He's still committed in. He's calling in his team. Does he really need it though? It seems like he's laid out enough damage, and finally the round will follow. Not as quickly as they hoped, but it has come.
Yeah, eventually, all things. When you play well enough, eventually you will get rewarded for it. There was a really nice re-push in there from Ascent. I think did a really good job of kind of absorbing the initial aggression and falling back, but then we were kind of left with this big heavy that just had no health and he didn't get arrowed. So the soldiers could just jump in and take him out. So maybe if the medic was a little bit better there, Vanny could have linked up with him again, they would have had a better chance at it. But as it is, Ascent, they're going to be up 1-0 here in the beginning of Sunshine.
It's Feint's game now to adapt and thrive as they have a chance to kind of feel out Ascent and how they do on these mids. And I see a bit of scouts sneaking in the underground area. They will get a cheeky kill onto the Demo Man, but I don't think that's they're going to get much more than that. With Matt going down as well, and think it's not going to be quite the chase they were hoping for, but it's still a mid adapted.
Yeah, this is basically the exact same what happened last round, just the reverse. As everyone has just been pushed way back here. They're already on second. They're holding on to the Opti, holding the flank. Really well done there. Look like Poppy's actually going to just take him on, and they don't want to give up the second beam. They're actually going to get popped. Wow, Vanny gets forced out here, so his Uber is significantly shorter here.
They're a bit confused over on Ascent. They're not sure if they should deal with the players that are caught behind. They're losing these skirmishers in different little areas of the map as well. They're spread so thinly on Ascent that even with the better Uber beater, they couldn't do much with it.
Yeah, it's really a shame. They did a good job of getting the initial force out, but just that pressure on the flank there. I think it was Yeehaw and Opti just playing the flank really aggressively, making sure and to threaten to go behind and back cap, which is obviously the biggest threat you can kind of pose in this game because you just end the round. So that was just enough to go in there. It looks like Opti tried to get in, but he just got body blocked by a soldier there. He's just going to drop the LOL. And I also just want to point out that he dropped the shit talk in pre-game, and his team immediately went down around. So that's kind of funny. Yeah. But we'll see if he can find another way to go in. They do have a tiny advantage, but I don't think it's something that they're going to try and push off of. I also don't think it's something that's really possible to push off of. So yeah, we'll see how they decide to do this. There is a sentry gun on the right side as Matt goes down.
He's gone down again. Yeah, the Pyro must have caught him off guard with these reflects, and that is a big pick. It does make you kind of question whether or not you should push out, but you've got a Pyro and Engineer. Really too speedy to make this kind of play and push out. They've already thrown a soldier in.
Air pipe on last, destroyed, absolutely most. But he did pull everyone back, so that's pretty good. There's still a Pyro just trying to reflect things up and open it up for his team to move in here, but no one's really in position to go for the jump. But yeah, Opti, he's getting kind of owned so far.
Poor Lucas having an identity crisis. Is it Demo Man, Scowl, Pyro today? The man just doesn't know which class to stick with. But I think just playing this Pyro, feeling good after that little initial opening pick onto Mac, keeping his sentry gun alive as well is always going hand in hand with that Pyro. But we've got Tomas and Sniper, and this is a familiar class for him. Look, he already opens with an headshot.
Yeah, amazing. And I actually think Lucas is just like relishing his chance to go for off classes, because on Demo Man, you never ever get to play anything other than Demo Man. So Lucas is like, play anything.
Got that snipe onto Tomas. Sorry to cut you off there, Beater, but Yeehaw's the rude one here, getting that headshot during your little rant.
Yeah, best counter to Sniper is another Sniper, and that's a fact. And everyone knows this. So yeah, he's going to try and see if he can use that one pick Just get some space and maybe go in here. He's trying to get an angle onto Kondok, but you see Kondok playing really far back, making sure that Yeehaw would have to walk in a really excessive distance in order to really get an angle on him. So that's just not possible so far. So well played, good positioning. I guess Hugo's actually, he could jump if he wanted to. Looks like he's not gonna though.
Yeah, he's just going to play it slow. They have got a sniper, so statistics, at some point, this sniper will find his headshot, just given enough time. The averages have to even out eventually. But Ascent, what do they have planned? They have to get a bit productive, and they are trying to throw in the soldiers, trying to get on top of that sniper, and they actually find Hugo instead. Curious.
Yeah,
Domo! Gone down, Corndog open! Oh, thank God for sentry guns, thank God for aimbots, as he might have faced a force there, poor Corndog.
Yeah, it's a 4-4 right now. Yeah, he's still trying to get in there. There's a really good job by Opti to get the demo man. He didn't quite have enough ammo to take down the medic either, I don't think. So, you know, he kind of did his job and then he was unable to quite get the job done on the medic as well. Really not surprising. But now the sentry gun is open. The Pyro has kind of walked away from it. I really like the setup with the dispenser there close by, so the Pyro will never run out of air blast ammo. That's pretty cool. But as it is right now, it really looks like it's just going to be this left side that's open up where you play the sniper there and then you just bait people into you and then you maybe kill them.
Oh! Tomas goes down on the flank, trying to pressure Yeehaw on sniper, but it's actually Yeehaw who pressures you. He is stared into the abyss and Hugo is stared back. He's jumping in. He has to deal with a sentry gun down. He's about that. He just get out for free. Domo's
second soldier.
Getting countered by the banister of that little point there. That's a sad state of affairs. Yeehaw is occupying their minds and occupying their last. He will get pushed out again from the respawning. The Lucas Pyro coming out on the flank. Pappy follows up, only finds the Yeehaw kill. Tomas follows up the follow-up and gets the Hugo kill. And this leaves Faint in tatters, enough to push them out of the point.
I don't know who blasted the Pyro into the medic, but that was scary. They're going to try to take down the sentry gun here, but there's a little bit too much repairment going on there. So actually Tomas going to get picked off here. So once again, Faint, they're at a man advantage, and which means that there's just going to be that much more space for the sniper. I'd almost like to see just a lot of players stacked on this left side before the Pyro could get back there, but oh well, a bit too late. Let's see. Look at Yeeha's going to try and snipe from the bottom here. You might see the demo man. Yeah, he's going to get a shot off. Didn't quite hit him, but he's getting some pretty nice looks, and if he keeps getting good looks, then he's going to hit some shots. We've seen it already.
It is an important rotation made by Domo there earlier. I think there were 3 players down at one point, and I think reinforcements were on the way for Fane. And a very familiar sight, Tomas goes down to the sniper, allows Yeehaw a bit more room to work with and play with. Is Domo going to go down next? Is it going to follow the flowchart, Beta?
Yeah, they've actually gone in very aggressive. They jumped in a soldier after they got that pick, and it's just that sentry just keeps on saving them. It's just the sentry and the Pyro just completely holding down that left side on their own, which enables 4 players to hold the right side. So even when they lose one, they keep on being able to contest it really well, and that is just winning it so far. They kind of need a way to figure out how to deal with this Pyro. It almost feels like the Pyro is the key pick here to really open it up, as weird as that sounds.
It is a cool game of TF2. When you're at this position, Beta, you usually want things to go perfectly before you make this push in, because there's not many times you're going to have Ascent back on the last point and controlled like this. And they've thrown away plenty of times they could have pushed in. I've seen 2-man advantages, I've seen 3-man advantages, and yet they still will not push Faint. Do you think this is the right play to wait for the perfect opportunity, or it just should buckle down and accept certain parameters?
I do kind of like it so far. I feel like they put on enough pressure, and given that they have a sniper, they kind of play it the right way. I would love to see a banner, so like Opti, he could probably spawn on a banner. They are beginning to run out of time, but I feel like a banner would be a really smart idea when you're in this kind of stalemate, because if you get like the battalion's backup, so you don't take a lot of damage, you can really go in on that right side, and even if the Pyro reflects stuff onto you, you don't take mini crits from it. So you can probably use that to take down the sentry gun and then open it up a whole bunch. So I feel like that would be my...
When push comes to shove, you get the cloaking man in and behind, although I think he might have bumped into somebody, and he's been revealed. And also, Lucas is on the case. He will send him a flame and he will die. But they have a banner of their own. I'm not sure if Pappy's been taking notes from your stream here, Vita, but it will. Oh, Thomas trying to go in.
Stream sniping. That's probably what's going on. Yeah, it is the battalion's backup as well. So it's really nice when you're pushing against a sniper. But we're down to 2.5 minutes now. If they don't cap it in that time, we're actually going to reset. We're going to get another mid-fight. And this obviously favors...
Domo going down. Yeehaw feeling a bit more content about himself, going for a bit more hero shots, but you've got the backup banner. The insurance plan has been blown, and they keep alive as well. 30 HP. Thank God he's got a dispenser that he's just clinging to. It's not quite the Iron Man strat, it's more like that second Iron Man movie where he gets like the little mini briefcase.
I can understand why he dropped so much, because there was a rocket going towards him, and instead of popping, he dodged it. He had 26 HP Turbo Tab. Most people just pop it in that situation, but no. Connor was like, I'm going to hold on to this. I'm not going to let my team be at a disadvantage. And it paid off for him big time here, so Conduct's saving it.
Yeah, he's been playing a good game, Corn Dog. I don't think I've seen him go down just yet.
Oh, the double sword that comes in into the Sentrygon and the Pyro.
Oh, the meat grinder.
This is the way. Oh no.
3 players down. This does beg the question, do Ascent push here, Bisa? But they haven't really got all the players all in order here.
This feels like a bait. Yeah, this feels like such a bait. Come on, do it. Do it, Ascent. You don't
They're
have
pushing
the
from
guts.
lower. They see this coming. It's Foxy already, so this is a very disastrous thing. They've got a sticky trap waiting in the wings. Pappy will go down to said sticky trap on the point, which they were positioning for. They were really banking for more picks than that, but Pappy will happily die the cause if it means a push out for his squad.
He almost took down Mac as well. Just some really nice pipes coming out from Domo. Who's almost taken down. But hey, we got the clock reset, and now we're on a more interesting part of the map, so I'm not complaining here. We got
Hugo. He's on top of Domo. Doesn't really get the air shot though onto him, and cleaned up by the scouts. And Pappy did go down just earlier, so maybe they're not quite ready for a push in, but I can hear him from here. I'm sure he's trying to push his team forward, but it's going to be hard. 5 people is still a lot to push into on this point of the map.
We've got 2 soldiers fighting here in Flowers. It looks like they're just going to jump away from each other as to not be an easy pick for the opponent. He's got a scout on Soldier now, and Thomas not having none of it. He knows the power of scout. He's just going to get out of there. And I think we're just waiting right now for some soldiers to go in. This is one of those points that it's basically like Process, where you can jump in really easily, but it's just not as good as Process because there's no way to like dip out again, and also you have slightly more space to cover. So it can be quite difficult to go in here, but these soldiers are absolutely capable of doing it. Here comes the first one. Looks like they're going to go on to the Demo Man. Second one has joined them as well, but they're going to be dealt with pretty handily right here. And they even managed to get, actually they do manage to get Domo, so 2 soldiers for a Demo Man is okay-ish. That's going to make any kind of push pretty difficult.
You can tell how much weight this grand final is giving to both of these teams, playing very respectfully and very sheepishly. This is nothing like the games we've seen from both of these teams so far, so I can respect it. It's the first map. You've kind of set the tone for the rest of the game, and they're already a map up, so I can see Ascent why they want to kind of lean back in their banny chairs a bit. But Faint Gaming, how many times can you give until something sticks?
Yeah, it's true. But, you know, when you have mid, you kind of have a lot of reason going. Here comes the second bomb in. Actually gets the auto deck, and that's going to be a force for sure. Both soldiers just working together expertly, and there you go. That was the force. They're going to be down 2 players now, which is kind of sketchy. So they need to just hold off this storm, as Poppy's actually going to jump behind, just forcing people out of position as best as he can. And here comes the second soldier in Thomas. He's actually going to get Mac. That's a big pick. And they might even have to give up mid, but they might also just decide to Uber into it to kind of stall it. But looks like that's not going to be what they do.
Ooh. A good little turnaround coming on from Ascent here. I know that Gabe is watching me, but I think the in-game notification all across TF2, people know that the two teams are fighting out, and they want to make a good first impression here, Peter. And oh, that isn't a good first impression. Pappy goes down on the flank. Uber has been popped off. Corn Dog doesn't quite have his Uber charge yet. There's a back cap during all of this, though. Oh, the reverse Uno card has been played. They have sent Mac back to block the point, and that's all he really needs to do. Doesn't need to get the pick, just needs to get the block. But it's brought so many Faint players back that they're not even capping second anymore.
Yeah, they threw back everyone, and now they're just desperately trying to figure out where the hell this Caber dude is. And he's just behind lines, and you know, at some point they're gonna look forward and just have him in his back. That's what they fear. Opti tried to go for some sort of play in flowers, not gonna find anything. And now all of a sudden, Feint, their player down. We got Caber finally gets sniffed out there and taken down by Hugo. So that's probably a load off of their chest right there. But they do lose mid for it, and they're also at an uber disadvantage, so they're going to have to be careful. They can't hold too closely, or they're just going to get ubered on here by Condog.
Caber, he did die, but he died a hero. That's a game-winning play, round-winning play, I should say. We should save the game-winning until we know the result, but Feint, they're going to keep it chill. I mean, as chill as you can be when you've been pushed back slowly all the way from the last point of the enemy to, well, your own last point practically.
Yeah, absolutely. You can kind of see the soldiers just trying to scout out the area, and now we're in the opposite position. We saw the double sword bomb before. Are we going to see any kind of different thing coming out from Ascent, or are they going to go for the same thing? We haven't actually seen the Yeehaw sack yet. That's usually what I look for against Ascent here, or whenever I watch Feint. It looks like they're actually going to go into flowers with the demo man and 2 soldiers. Just kind of waiting for it. We might see Poppy try to jump from choke. He's in pretty deep and he's not being shot at. Okay, finally being shot at now.
Ooh.
But yeah, Caber tried. I think he tried to sneak behind, but unable to make it through.
Yeah, trying to catch lightning in the bottle twice, throwing Caper in behind there, but that's their first avenue they have locked down and loaded from that point. And Pappy, he's struggling a little bit with this scout. Yeehaw's in, and that's got to be a little bit intimidating. This guy puts out a fair few stats on this scout. Class! Hugo! Sorry, lad. I'll stop talking about any scout and we'll focus on the soldiers here, because that man just got a wonderful air shot. They've sustained this Uber as well, yeah. They've popped up a much better Uber, and now the scout show has arrived. The Max show has begun. He's taken out Corndog. A death finally for the British man, and they're already capping off that midpoint.
Hugo's still in behind. I think he wants to go for the demo man. Oh, the double pipe and domo. Sit down, son. Hugo, you're not ready for this. But we actually got Lucas now on Spy, which could be really awkward and bad, or it could just be the greatest thing ever. We'll see how he times this.
He's going out of the same door. He has his opportunity. He's uncloaking. Vanny hears him though. He's played so much Highlander. He hears that cloak sound in his sleep.
Mac is just cleaning up everyone else as well. Like, you kind of saw Lucas just sitting in the corner there watching the rest of the team get demolished there by Mac, and then even gets a pipe from him as well as Vanny. You know, he's definitely not listening to music. He's got game sound on, that's for sure. He's got a headset going. And now they've got a big Uber advantage as well. They're on 95%. That means that they're just about ready to get Uber. Just want to get everyone buffed up. The faster you go, the smaller the center gun is going to be. You can see it's kind of out of position, and this is Pyro placed in front of it. But here we go with this Uber.
They start off the Uber with a bit of a demo man jump, if you can call it that, and they're trying their best to deal and block that sentry gun from going down immediately. It will go down, however. The point already being pressured. They need to get their bodies onto that point, but it makes it so easy for Feint and Hugo and his squad to start cleaning up. People are still fighting around this point and blocking it somehow, but it will eventually go the way of Feint Gaming. We've got ourselves a game here, Peter.
Yeah, absolutely. Really good job there playing the point. Voxy just cleaning up. Really nice pushing there. They got the sentry gun spam down. They had like 3 players spamming that, so the sentry gun went down surprisingly early on. The demo man didn't really make it in there with his early jump the way he wanted to, I don't think, but they managed to make the best of that situation really well, and just the Uber advantage was too much. Really good job by them. It's 1-1 here, Turbo Tap. Anyone's game.
Alright, let's see if they can keep the trend of these mids. Feint did actually adapt well and won out the last mid. Can they keep it up? Pappy eyeing the idea that he might go all the way behind, but instead he just locks phasers onto Vanny. Easy pickings for the Pap God, as they now need to keep Corndog alive. Blob up, they say, but Corndog, in the same breath I say that, he goes down. It's a scrappy mid, to say the least. Scouts are buffing up and clicking past each other. It's another scout. So much trading between both of these teams, and the dust settles, and believe it or not, Lucas is the last one standing on this scout.
29 HP was all that remained on Ascent that mid. Just going to be Lucas, the best demo in EU. He's alive and he's on scout, so that means that he can camp really quickly. And there we go, he's going to run off before Sorta just comes screaming in there and takes him down with a single splash rocket. But that was a really close round. Basically, there was a slight man advantage on Ascent against a slight health advantage on the side of Feint. And at the end of the day, Ascent won that. So just Lucas going huge with the 4K there. So now we're in mid, even Ubers. Now we're back in this situation, and you can't really sit back and do nothing because it's 1-to-1, so that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it shouldn't be even Ubers though, because Corndog and company do have a crit, so I'm very, very confused why they actually ended up building that slower than Vanny's Medigun. Either Vanny's just a godlike medic, constantly getting his team to build that quickly, or maybe it's just a bit sharp, and then the sort of places that the scouts don't know is like, oh, am I a scout? I need to build. Whoopsie.
Yeah. So you can actually, if you jump in a sort of really aggressively and kind of jump him in deep, like really deep, that's going to make the medic run forward, and that's going to enable your demo man to lob up a crit sticky to the front of the point from choke. So that could be a play that they could potentially do. This is the situation where Uber just beats Kritzkrieg in a lot of situations unless you really catch them out. So this is going to be a very interesting to see. Looks like they're going to go through flowers right now. They haven't popped it yet, but they're setting up Domo now to just charge up.
He threats the perfect he gets him onto Vanny! Looks into the abyss, and the abyss swallows him whole. Easy for Domo, and with that colossal failure coming out from Vanny and company, failing to see that crits, failing to see what they were trying to pull off there. All gears forward for Ascent. They need to play off this now. There's no heals, and for Feint Gaming squad, they can just chip away at this, go slowly and surely. Watch out for sticky traps, watch out for jumps, and they're pushing second now. Second point is a hard point to hold if you don't have a medical. They're holding it though. Pappy goes down first. They're taking too much damage from Mac. Mac Daddy pushing them back. He actually gets a bonus kill onto Tomas as well, and to say they got a crits cleanly onto a medic, the push went awry, Beta. The demo man has still gone in. Opti's on top of them as well. They're still pushing. The second crits has popped off.
The laser beam scout, they're just in full effect and just going to scare everyone off. So usually when you have Kritzkrieg, you just pop it as soon as you have it, right? But you just want to pop it and pop it and pop it and use it and build and use the quicker build speed. But that was just such a good fight from Feint. They didn't have heals for most of that. So really incredible they're actually able to hold it off there. And obviously there was never going to be an Uber for Conduct to ever save everyone. But now Vanny, he has that Uber. And they're ready to go in here. He's going to send in a soldier through the skybox to just clean up and create space. And the Yeehaw will go down, so that's going to be less cap point. But
the flank is going down. Caper's behind. Oh no! And you know how Feint react to this? Everybody goes back. Every single one of them. Although they're taking a bit of fighting on the way there and actually winning it a bit. Shockingly to say, Caper still caught behind. And I like this play. I like it when a scout just continues to be like an annoying little gnat in the background here. Might even take this 1v1 against. Oh, yeehaw! Go back to that respawn. Caper says easy for Caper. God. As they're trying to take this fight on midpoint, they can't even faithfully cap it out because Opti also has to deal with this scout as well. Oh, they actually do get that Caper scout on the retreat. They've got a Kritzkrieg up again, Peter, need I remind you.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting how they decide to use this. Obviously, Feint, they know that they have it. I think the goal right now should be to kill Vanny and then pick up his Medigun. That's probably the plan to go in here, but looks like they're actually going to go into Cafe. I kind of like this. You can wrap around to choke, or you can just go in through the normal way. And they actually have so much space to work with. They can just walk through the demo through now. Looks like they're doing just that. They're not popping it that yet, though. They're just kind of waiting for it.
Still waiting for it. Vanny's like, I'm out of here, son. I'm not looking at any blue player until I have this Uber charge. Yeah, they just pop off early. They want to get on top of this crits. To make it worth it, though, they need to kill Corndog, or at least a lot of people during this Uber. Still have a crit, still have a demo, still the danger zone. Hugo's going in.
Flag.
He forces out the crits, but crits does not keep Corndog alive. He will go down, and everybody falls like dominoes, Peter.
Yeah, they were just a bit too passive with it. They're just eventually the Uber comes in. They actually got a pretty good Uber force out of Vanny there. That wasn't an optimal Uber against the Kritzkrieg to work with at all. But just too many players had gone down that they were just not enough players there. I almost feel like in that kind of situation you want to have a soldier to crits. Just more because you can just shoot it much more like straight on. and you don't need to worry about like detonation time on the stickies or anything. You know, they just explode immediately. But they didn't have a soldier, so it was a very awkward situation. And yeah, eventually, when they popped it, like Vanny was just like too close to them with the heals, and like Connor just died.
We're all buffed up, it seems, and they've taken out the sentry gun quick. They have a pyro attempting to keep it alive, but he sadly doesn't do a good enough job to keep it up that long, and they're already pressuring this point. The doors are on lockdown. They're practically walking into the respawn if they could. Capers managed to keep this point alive with his team, though. I'm very
Vanny's
shocked.
going for the back cap. He's doing it.
Oh, Domo's cutting him off. They see this coming, and they will get the cleanup kill. But what a miraculous hold from them, Vita.
Yeah, really well done there. Like, I saw Caper come out of the spawn, just immediately two-shot the demo man. I feel like that was a really key pick to use that, because usually you just put stickies on the point and you stack it, and then when they try to block it, you explode the stickies. It's like the most simple play in the entire game, and it's so good. It works at every level of play, but if you don't have a demo man, you can't do it. So I feel like that was the beginning of that hold coming in here. So we see Hugo trying to hold pretty far forward. He's going to get pushed back. These soldiers, they're so weak. No, Thomas saved
Domo. Yeah, it looks like they really want to push in, play off the fact that they had heals a bit better than Feint did during that fight, but the holding positions were just too good from Feint that they just walked into the meat grinder and, well, got chewed up.
It's about 2 minutes remaining, so we're about to enter crunch time right now. They are going to have some spawners come out, but they don't care. Feint there is. They're just going to take on this soldier, but somehow he's going to survive for a very long time and just trade with Hugo. Feint not quite able to get in here. There's actually an Uber on Condog and not on Vanny right now, so they're going to just have to wait a little bit, but they might also just decide to wait just a small while the clock ticks down, because if you push in late enough, you can't get pushed all the way back to your own last point and lose in that way. So I feel like 1.5 minutes remaining is where you push when you want Ubers to get out of the way, and then you can do a re-push, and there's no way you can get punished for it.
A big shout out to Thomas there. He did a lot of damage as they tried to get in for free on that left-hand side, but it was enough to dissuade them from pushing in, so very nice job by the Thomas soldier there. Hugo, he's trying to show off some fancy jumps. They throw 2 soldiers in, but they're just getting launched up in the air. My god, pipes, scattergun shots, sentry gun fire. These soldiers felt all of it.
Yeah. And we're going to see Ascent do a whole lot of nothing. They don't want to go out there. There's no reason for them to. They can't push all the way back into last. And Feint, they're actually going to make the move now. It's a little bit weird. They're not going to wait for the soldiers. Yeah, it's like lose your soldiers and then you push. That's how it goes, right? No.
I know they've got a minute left, but a minute's a long time in FPS land. They can afford to wait for the soldiers. Come on.
Yeah, and they are actually going to do that as well. But my main issue here is that they haven't got the Ubers out of the way. The Ubers are still there, and Ubers are so much better on the defensive. They're going to push their way into the right side, and they're actually going to take down Thomas. There'll be no Uber to save him there. And even the Condor kind of pops prematurely, and that's going to leave space here now for the re-push.
Oh
that's guaranteed to come in.
The Lucas Pyro's gone down, the linchpin of that left-hand side, and they try and throw a soldier in from the other side, which Pappy is trying to keep locked down. Oh, get some nice rockets onto Mac, and that's going to take some wind out of the sails of Feint Gaming here. Everyone's just so low. Good God, the pipes are following through. It's a shame there's no more time to Ascent to play with at this point.
Yeah, just the sentry gun never really was in any danger of going down. They only had a single scout on the right side, and a scout tried to peek a sentry gun and like chip shot it down from distance. Just not very dangerous. So that just didn't work at all. So they were a bit too slow to get the Ubers out of the way, and then the push just didn't quite work. They did manage to take down a Pyro, which was a big deal, but they had both soldiers on the left side, so unable to do that. So that's going to be 1-1 in regulation here on the first map. So we're 1 map in, and we're already in our first golden cap, which will decide the winner of this map. And whoever wins this map will be up 1 map, and this is a best of 5.
Yeah, I probably have to agree with you here. Although Feint have come out a lot more clutch, and it feels like they punish the mistakes a lot harder than Ascent do. Ascent seem to just manage to find enough consistent mistakes and just take it back little by little. So I think if Feint can win out on this midpoint...
Oh, no! Look at Domo roll out! It's so bad!
Oh, he's slower than the scouts! How is that even possible?
Oh, he slipped on a banana peel and fell off a ledge. It was tragic.
Oh, no.
Absolutely tragic.
Well, he's arrived to mid. It hasn't really affected things too much, but Mac is in a wonderful position compared to his Demoman compadre, and Feint Gaming, everyone's a little bit tagged, a little bit low. It's really coming down to how these bombs go, and Tomas has a wonderful bomb to open up this mid. They just need to blob around Corndog now, keep him alive and keep these people under control.
He's not shooting at him.
Nice focus fire. Oh, Opti gets a nice kill onto Caper, but he's just way too low to keep the fight going, and mid has been won, and Medic is kept alive. We know what that means in TF2 land, Beta.
Yeah, if you just waddle to mid as Demo Man, your team will win mid. There you go. Numlock and Moomer, they had it all figured out.
Oh, well. I have
it's
to
a
give
full
credit.
Uber advantage, by the way, so this is really big. As they're desperately trying to throw up a sentry gun here with Voxy. It's on the right side, which is kind of interesting. You almost never see it there. It's pretty easy to spam out, but they might not expect it to be there. You can kind of see the setting up on the right side.
Oh, they've already Ubered in. They've got a hot date to go to tonight. No wasting time. Straight on top. They need to take out the sentry gun. They finally do it now, but a bit longer than what they're expecting. And they nicely countered jump from Opti to kind of send a rocket and send the soldiers packing from Ascent. And this is a car crash of a maneuver so far here, Beta.
Yeah, they did a really good job on Feint.
Domo, he's on the point.
Where's
Second
everyone?
pipe.
Where's everyone?
Oh! It's a good thing Hugo was quick off his rocket jump there to keep that man dead and buried.
Gave me a heart attack, man. That was I couldn't see anyone, but just barely managed to get back there. Hugo sent into the sky, but he's gonna dodge the air shot. Might even dodge the scout as well. He does. Look at that. Caber's actually gonna overextend, trying to get the soldier pick. But as it is, he's gonna be the one who's gonna find himself in the respawn queue instead.
Oh, poor Hugo. He just wants a crossbow, and these pesky scouts just intercepting all of them.
That sounds like TF2 to me. That is like my experience of TF2. Just desperately like trying to get arrowed while like 124 HP scouts just keep darting in front of me and eating my arrows. That is the game there. Vanny not quite able to get close enough to use this Uber in time. They had a slight advantage, but now we're going to settle in here for a big old stalemate, it looks like. It can be very difficult to deal with. I think the rules are that this is 10 minutes. In Egypt, I think it's 15 minutes, but here it's 10 minutes, and whoever holds mid wins if you don't cap last.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you've interacted with Haney before, but he has his admin rules held with an iron fist, so I don't think there's going to be any marks or exceptions here. Who knows, maybe this is just going to turn out more of a nail-biting hold than it is going to be a last-ditch push.
I'm honestly disappointed that they haven't put up a sentry gun and like somehow shuffled the heavy up into the top of the bell tower. Like that seems like optimal gaming to me. But it looks like they're going to continue to play normally as Tomas is actually just in.
And he is out again, but you know, it's gentleman's rule, gentleman's agreement. They go, oh no, Pappy ends up banging his head on the roof and ends up going down as well. With both of the soldiers down, they could probably afford to slow push in or try and abuse one of these flanks. Domo has it under control though, takes out the flank and injures them. They take the Uber in. Vanny to the rescue. Mac, you will not die today, good sir, as he nurses him back out to second. They don't have the clout though to keep into mid, and I can understand that. The reinforcements do arrive from Pappy and Tomas.
Yeah, actually, interestingly enough, Opti is on a banner right now. This is not the best point in the game to really get some spamming. I'm kind of surprised that he doesn't switch place with Hugo, because Cafe is by far the easiest place to spam the enemy team and get some secure damage, whereas if you play Flowers, you're kind of shooting up, and it's very difficult to actually get consistent damage in. But we'll see. I don't have a measure on my HUD to see what it's at. So Vidu, can you like whisper in my ear what his banner is at?
52. 52. Oh yeah, there's two banners now. Oh god, there's so many numbers to keep track of. But I think last time I checked, Opti has about 52%. Oh no, 57%. Excuse me. So
and then Tomas is coming in here, actually dealing damage. He's playing Cafe, like I
actually dealing damage. Indeed. So he might actually build it quicker, because Opti is a bit sparse with his rockets, and Tomas more than happily throw some spam and chew some. But
yeah, I also want to say there's more ammo on second, whereas on or like more ammo in mid compared to second. There's not a whole lot of ammo packs around second. There's only that medium pack next to the med kit, right? And then there's a small one really far back.
It sounds like you're just trying to sell me the idea of an engineer on mid again. Just get that dispenser up.
Yeah. Also, they should do that on second. Obviously.
And on second as well, yeah.
That would solve everything.
Yeah, just Highlander. Oh, I'm sure they've got some Highlander players on both of these teams, right?
Probably. I feel like most players have at least dabbled in Highlander, even if they are primarily Sixes players. But yeah, both teams, you can see they're really holding back. They don't want to risk their banners. They're just playing it so slowly. As Thomas actually taking a fight here with the soldier. That's smart. Whenever Hugo and Thomas take damage, Thomas gains from it because his banner's just getting built.
Yeah, he's got some good damage in. He's taking some good span. They're all making a good push out of this cafe area, though. And oh no, as soon as I say that, they actually back out and stairs. So we've got 100% on Thomas. Opti still hasn't got his ready, despite having a much longer stretch to work on his banner. But I don't know. I think they're happy holding mid here. I think they're going to hold just for the meme.
Yeah, but then why haven't they shuffled the heavy up on top of Spire? I don't get it.
I think someone needs to die first, and they don't dare send anybody to their death. Because why?
Yeah, indeed. Looks like they are going to try and play Opti Cafe now. He's definitely doing some damage, but he goes down for it. Unfortunate that we might just see the banner sack as well. That's kind of the way that a lot of soldiers like to use that banner, where they just pop the banner and then they get a really good sack in off of that.
A moral choice here for Ascent. Do they actually throw in? Do they make the push out of this small little pick here? And it doesn't look like it. It looks like they're opening their pack of sandwiches and they're going to stay here on mid beta.
They are content in life. They like their position. They like where they're at. They're just going to sit around and just wait for Feint to come to them. And you can see Mac right now trying to make his way into the choke, but he's taking a ton of damage, and so is Vanny. That's kind of the bigger deal almost. Just that the medic has to pop really aggressively if he wants to get through. So what do you even do here?
Hugo, he's jumped in. He gets a nice clean rocket onto a corn dog. Doesn't pop it though. Balls of steel on that man, because that second rocket looked close.
Yeah, and now we're on 2 minutes remaining. And like obviously it's only mid that needs to change hand for this. So this is plenty of time. This is not quite the last hold. But still, time is definitely running out. It's ticking. The clock is ticking. I kind of want to just see a really aggressive push with Flowers and then like wrapping some players behind him to the enemy cafe here coming up from Feint. But we'll see what they actually decide to do. Currently they're not doing a whole lot.
I couldn't see him more stack decked against them. Not only have they got the forward respawn over on Ascent, they've also got the battalion's backup if things get really hairy. They've got obviously the defender's advantage as well. I feel like this is one of the nicer points to keep your eye on the enemy is on top of it.
Hugo.
And Hugo, he's going to be kind of cool. Oh, they do distract and they do actually get the Uber out of Corndog. Maybe a sign of life for this point yet. 1 minute remaining. They just need to cap that midpoint and hold it. And yeah, they're going to push in now. I hear the banner being called off. Thomas, though, will actually let go, and the Uber's been popped. They have to focus down this play
Thomas
with the banner.
So
yeah, he goes down and Feint there, pushing Ascent out at this point. Pappy will actually get a couple of kills against this Feint squad after the Uber has gone awry, and it looks like even though they had a glimmer of hope, Beta, it ends up still staying Ascent's way.
Actually jumps in. That was too aggressive. He gives them a pick. So that was a big mistake. They could have just sat on it and just mid here and wanted to.
The scouts are buffed up. They want to go through choke. The chariot has been released. It's up to Domo to keep this door locked in, but the scouts are in now and they could take this skirmishing fight. They want to hold this point. They've popped off their own Uber though during all this. Corndog got his Uber back during all the in-game fighting. Mac has gone round the edge. He's gone down. And they're just fighting off the point here.
20 seconds.
Opti will get the kill onto Corndog. No heals for Feint squad, but they only have 10 seconds left. Can they hold this point?
They need to get on the point.
Uber charge going up for Feint Gaming. They need to get bodies on this point though. They actually opt to take the Uber off so they can cap it. There's not enough time, Beta.
It was just barely not enough time. That is so unfortunate for them. And there we go. They did what we said. They just held the entire time. They didn't really try to do anything. They did a really smart thing with building the banner. Poppy taking command there, just playing it really well, and they just barely managed to hold on, even with the Uber disadvantage. Just the banner, the respawners, the positioning, it was just barely enough. Didn't get on to the point quite early enough there, faint. And there you go. Yeah, conduct complaining about poppy calls. Just like, sit boys, we're not doing anything. But that's going to be the first map to Ascent. With that being said, still pretty decent damage output from Poppy.
See, let's change up our map, shall we? And let's walk away from Sunshine and go straight into our buddy Snakewater.
And I think it's just going to fit the flow of Faint Gaming's team quite well on this one. But what are your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts is that they have to kind of win this out, obviously, Faint Gaming. It's their map pick. It will set the tone. I know what you're thinking. Oh, this just means Ascent needs to win out this map. No, sir. This is the best of 5. This is the grand final. We're going to go through the whole bus tour of maps to find out who's the best team here. So it will put Faint back in the game, but they're not going to quite be out of it if they do lose it. We'll see. As we're going to our mid-fight, our second map here, Snakewater Ascent versus Faint Gaming, and Mac already starting off with some spam on the top right-hand side. They're trying to control that top area without even committing to it, it looks like. Ascent look like they're more poised to defend this mid here.
Yeah, they're just kind of having a big old standoff right now. Nobody's even put time on the point. They don't dare step on it. Looks like we got a sort of going forward now. I think that's Opsy trying to get the
Pappy, he's coming in, he's darting in, he takes out that medic as well, so he will go down there. You also lose Tomas during the sacrifice, and I think that just cost too much for Ascent to get that medic pick there. Corndog does keep himself alive, and he will have that Uber charge advantage over Vanny's head, but nobody to really pop it onto, so a good chunk of it's going to be wasted here.
Yeah, the price was high, but the jury's still out on whether or not it was worth it. It's going to be all depend on how well they hold on this second and manage to push it onto
Hugo. He's hiding. And he's been spotted. Nicely checked by Caper. Even holds the gun barrel straight to his head as well. No easy death for the scout there. So they've got this Uber charge. Vanny's nowhere near. They're going to want to do this weird mix play where they're spamming out Ascent, but they're not committing.
Yeah, like at most you want to send in a soldier, but they've already lost Hugo, so it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be all on Opti whether or not he wants to go for that. He decides not to, so they're going to end up seeding mid, and they're basically going to give up the Uber advantage for that. And actually, Vanny wasn't building for quite a while there, so this could be a lot closer than Faint would actually like. They weren't building for a while here, but I think Faint know that the Uber is about to be in here, and especially if we see them using the bust. It is allowed. It's an unlock on medic that allows you to see the enemy health and Uber charge when you look at the medic. And I feel like all good teams should probably be using that because the medic can just call so much better. But I can't really recall seeing it used on everyone. So it's very interesting to see what the people decide to do. Sort of gets in and the air shot.
Yeah, so Tomas throws himself to the wolves, but this is all part of the plan. Usually teams are kind of educated and realise that they're probably going to lose their soldier and not get the pick. So I'm really interested to see what Tomas comes up as going into this. If he's going to take another crack at soldier, or if he's going to come up as his signature sniper.
Foxy has gone down. He tried.
Soldier.
Oh yeah, that's actually 2. That's really
nice.
I
think it's because they got the 2 picks there. The 2 picks probably is made him think I could just come back as the regular cookie cutter and we can push off that advantage alone.
Makes a lot of sense to me as they're going to jump in now. Vegas and Tomas, he creates a lot of space, and there comes the Uber. Just Domo's in the skybox, but he gets saved. A nice pop there from
they're trying to cut off the doorway. Mac will take the easy bus out, and they're caught in the corner, it looks like. Or are Faint actually the ones aggressing onto them? The blob looks a bit stronger from Ascent, and the flank soldiers now from Papi and Tomas have finally paid their way. Scout humouring the idea of staying in. Lucas
Max
showing why he should not stay in. Ooh, mama, he is going to go down, and they've already got pressure on point as well, so... Ooh, just overextensions there, Dieter.
really rough sequence of event there for Feint. This is not what you want when you're the established team playing this kind of discombobulated and out of sync with each other. That is not what you want. Like, just when you start losing players, you just need to get out of there and just make sure you're all healed up and able to hold the next point coming up instead of just bleeding players one by one, because that is just the fastest way to lose.
So, another mid. They need to shake it off here, Feint Gaming. It's just one round. It's just one round. They've made comebacks happen before, and both of these teams, again, feeling each other out. Nobody wants to be the first one to commit in. Usually very meta here on the Snakewater map, and Pappy was the first one to fire the gun. Let's see if he's the first one to go this time. They're going aggressive. Domo in perfect sync with his team. Nice little damage being laid out from them, but Feint Gaming actually doing a wonderful job of staying healthy and dodging a lot of this. A nice head air shot from Opti as well, defending his team, and Ascent jaw dropped onto the floor and already backing out.
They're gonna put their tail between their legs and just run. There is not that many players on Feint here out here just because they need to leave a scout.
Oh, no, drop! Signature drop coming out from the corn dog, and this is going to be a tatters of a mid, well, I should say second push here as they're pushing whilst the mid is being capped, and God, they're throwing lemmings, everything, so desperate to try and get this force out of Vanny, but he just has his budding squad behind him or in front of him, keeping him safe.
I really like the Vanny's decision to just run out through tiny doorways to make sure that nobody could run through his team to get to him. And it might actually just going on to last before second has even been capped. Yeah, look like this is going to be the push onto it. Demoman's going to lock down left side spawn while the scout tries to play the point as much as he can. Pretty good job so far, but there is this heavy on the right side that has not been damaged, and he is just chewing them up.
Yeah, Sticky's on point though. They need to get some more bodies on there. Mac is prepared to have some more sacrifice, but I just don't think there was enough red players to throw onto it. And I gotta give a little sort of nod to Pappy there. Not only did he block the point, but he got out a bit unheard. Oh, he actually is on top of the Demo Man now. He's out in Dead Man's Land. Won't get the kill, however. Hugo comes to his rescue, and looks like they didn't want to push in anyway, just because Corn Dog went down during that fight. TF2 player. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. But yeah, the thing about Lucas is that he has really, really good DM. Like, he played Soldier before he played Demo Man, and he was an insane Soldier as well. So, you know, it doesn't surprise me at all that he's going to be good on every class, because, you know, he just has that level of DM going on here. As Vanny, he's about to pop in.
I think he's been spotted though, Lucas. I think it's the first thing a soldier's job is to check if that sniper's peeking from the forward door, and we'll see. Yep, a nice early pop coming out from Vanny. Very well played. Mac is even going to keep the door on lockdown on that left-hand side. They do squeak their way out of that doorway though and return back to Scout, and they have a much better hold on this last point, and there just really wasn't anybody to fire upon with that Uber there, Beta.
Yeah, the Sentry really did its job. It kind of denied the jump in, and it took a bunch of time to kill, and by that time they had kind of run out of steam already, and no one had really died from the side of Ascent either. So really nice jump holding here, and now they're going to do the most difficult thing in the entire game, which is pushing out a Snakewater last. It can be quite the ordeal, and they only have about 40% advantage to do it with, but we've seen them push on these small advantages before. But how are they actually going to do it? I don't know. Like, you almost have to like pop out a Demo Man really far if you want to do it, and looks like they're going to just peek out, see that Vanny is just positioned way back there on grass, and just go, no, we're not wasting this. So we're going to be back here to, this is where the pause happened. So just the good old stalemate. Yeehaw tried to run in. I think he had his eyes set on Domo, but unable to find him.
Oh, Hugo goes down as well. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. You're on Snakewater second. You can probably afford to sack in 2 players rather than the traditional 1. But it gives the option for them to throw their own player. They're actually instead banking on this Lucas Tank sniper, and they're peeking but can't quite peek where the medic is, and they're pushed back to last with Pappy going down.
Yeah, I quite like this whenever you have a man advantage when you're holding last. You just go snipe and you put him out really aggressively in lobby, because you can see a lot of things in lobby, and you're going to get off some pretty good shots.
Hugo, he's in on top of the sentry gun, gets the force out of Connor. Very nice jump coming out from Hugo. If you jump right on top of the spot where the sentry gun is, it can't directly aim up Beta, and he abuses that fact.
Yeah, and it is a 3-man sack. Yeehaw was in there as well with both soldiers. So now they're actually going to use this Uber to block it and just wait for all the respawners to come in. They're taking down Domo. And oh
Ooh.
my god,
Thomas and Happy, yeah, they're coming around from behind. They're actually picking up some frags and some damage onto these players. Mac was holding out for a crossbow, doesn't quite get it, and he will go down. The scouts have come in turn as well. Yeehor maybe trying to go for a back cap, but it's too late. The second point has been captured off. They're snowballing here over on Ascent.
Yeah, this is the danger. Like, it's a pretty standard play to send in those 3 guys, and then you pop Uber to wait for the respawners to come in, but just Ascent, the DM was just so good right there. You saw that poor Vox just getting absolutely mauled. I feel like that was a double air shot. Like both soldiers hit him and just juggled him into the other air shot. But that kind of just DM prowess was just enough. As Oppy's actually in behind lines, he's kind of trying to snake his way around, and then he has managed to escape so far, but the second point is definitely falling. Just a matter of can they avoid getting backcapped or backstabbed in any kind of way. And so this Uber advantage is coming in and has been popped down.
Yep, they've already got Lucas on that point, capping it off. They've dealt with the soldier that should be designated to blocking that point, and he's gone down. Nobody to block, nobody to really buy time for the rotation of Feint Gaming, and it falls apart at the seams, Peter.
Really strong play so far from Ascent. Kind of looks like they are in the driver's seat. Very surprising to me. I was expecting Feint to come back here on Snakewater and show us all what's up, but they've really been struggling so far. And Ascent, they are, like, despite their off classes looking much stronger so far, but we'll see what happens on these split. They've been kind of back and forth so far.
They're trying to pressure each of the demo men on both of these teams and then push across the point, but no real damage between both of them. They actually aim for Vanny instead. Oh, and aim for Vanny they do. He's been taken out by an air shot. They need to clump around Corndog now, who's rotated round to actually the red side to keep himself safe. And look at this lovely blobbing up here, Beta. No man may touch Corndog.
Really well done there. And this is like the classic 7 play, I feel like, and even a classic Ascent play. Just get the enemy medic and then just blob around your own medic. It's such a good strat, and they just perform to perfection there. It works a lot better if you have really good scouts, and yeah, the scouts did really well there. And obviously Corndog, he kind of went down weak, but he did a really good job of just hiding behind buildings, getting into the little ramp room, and just making sure that there was no way those scouts were going to get to him. And now they're going to have this another Uber just going into last.
Yeah, they've got Yeehor and Sniper. They've already popped in Uber though, and avoiding that Sniper altogether. They are much better centered here on Feint Gaming to keep this point blocked out, and they throw a couple of people into the blob of Feint Gaming, and they don't like how their medicine tastes here, Beta. It hurts.
They jumped 2 soldiers onto the heavy, but that was just the only thing. There's a nice surf out here from Corndog that's going to allow him to escape. So good job by him at least, but yeah, that was painful to look at. The double sorted bomb onto a fully revved up heavy with no follow-up from scouts or anything.
Hugo, he's been spotted. He thought maybe I can go for this hiding spot. It is that point in the game where a lot of people forget about doing their little corner checks, but not Ascent Gaming. Seems that even if they're off-classing, they're still doing their little checklists.
Yeah, indeed. If you want to just automatically go up at div, just to check the corners every single time. But the soldiers...
There's Thomas on the point, capping it with himself. Happy joins him, and we're seeing it. Very early caps on the Snakewater point before anybody can block.
Really great job, and I think they're just kind of falling apart right now. It seems like whatever they do, Feint just got their number. They're always countering them. They're constantly one step ahead of them. It's kind of crazy to look at. And if Feint, like, if they're not careful, they're going to get an early night. That's not what they want. They want to win this. There's money on the line.
Yeah, they double their money basically if they win this out. 300 smackaroos for the guys that win this, and only 150 for the second place, as Hugo will go in, dedicate himself, try and get behind and control that area, but they isolate him and get on top of that kill. And they're playing defense here over on Ascent, and it's just as strong as their attack, Peter.
Absolutely, and they are just rolling. This soldier's in actually really deep. Okay, not quite going to be able to get onto the medic.
Happy! He's gone in. He almost had some follow-up damage and enough to kind of pepper Feint down, and Lucas is joining the fight. Almost goes down as well. Very, very aggressive.
Thomas in as well.
Jesus, everyone just keeps going in one after the other. This is like some Broyo Tech level sort of aggression.
Yeah, I think they're really feeling themselves right now. Just going in before the second leaves up here. Scouts
Oh,
onto the
no,
medic, trying to get
Corndog.
the force out.
Yeah, it feels bad when you're a demo man. You're a last line of defense for your medic and you've got nothing loaded to deal with that pesky scout. So Corndog does the hard thing for any medic to do, is pop that Uber when you really don't want to.
Yeah, the only silver lining now is that like Vandy's gonna have to push out a last hit without popping. It's just so difficult. You can see how far back
Oh,
Corndog
the
is
stickies.
placed.
Mac, he goes in, he's brave for his team. If he gets that air pipe, I will loot. Did he actually get that? I can't. Oh my
No.
god. Happy craters though, but it looked very. I'm not sure. I'll have to see a confirmation on that. But good god, they do push in. They pop off the Uber now. They're cleaning up the frags that they can find, but everyone else is backed out from Ascent, and they will get their second point.
Caber tried to go in behind, but Feint did a really good job of cleaning him up
Uh-oh.
without sending too many players back
Oh,
there.
Thomas.
Yeah, gonna lose the fight to Thomas there. Rare sight indeed. And so Domo might actually get taken down as well. No, the sticky or the med kit is gonna be there, but now Connor's gonna come in.
Oh,
here.
they
He
want
has
to push
the
in
Uber.
though. They've got 100% Uber, and they don't want to cap it anymore. It looks like on Feint Gaming, and they've got the respawners. All of that was for nothing, basically, Beta.
Yeah, just they're counting Ubers really well here. Condog, he knows how to count and keep track of things. They've got it absolutely just figured out to a T. As they're just gonna move in. Super
Connor's on
aggressively.
his own though. Scout on top of him. He has
What?
to pop his Uber. Yeah, Scout and a soldier just came from Cheese, and everyone just jumped away from him. And just without missing a beat, Feint Gaming were on top of him as well. And Fanny laughing at this squad as he's still got his Uber charge. He will have to pop it though. There we go. Okay, eventually he pops it. Pappy, if he can get out alive here, just buy more time for his team. And Feint Gaming, I'm not sure how you feel about that. They could have gone better, could have gone worse.
It was definitely really bad, but then they kind of salvaged it a little bit at the end there by getting the force out. But they even sacrificed a lot of players. But it looks like they're not willing to give up this mid. There's only going to be a single scout coming in here immediately, and then there's two other stragglers eventually hit the Feint. And this is actually pretty good for Ascent. So they are just really keeping track of what these spawns are right now. Big soldier bombs coming in now. Double soldier bomb. Actually doing a ton of damage. That worked.
Oh, everyone's punching up over on Ascent. They're sharing the same damage. Even the crossbow from Vanny to kill Domo across the map. The respawns were against them, but the damage was on Feint's side.
That double soldier bomb by Opti and Hugo was just devastating to Ascent. They just had no chance once that came in. Vanny's on 15% advance, so they can actually push here.
He snuck in. Mac is snuck in. He's taken out the sentry gun without them knowing. Lucas has eyes on the medic, but not quite the crosshair. And all the points is being pressured. They pop off that Uber just to make sure this point is well defended and not taken from underneath their noses.
And Vanny still has his. This is crucial. This time around, they actually have 4 players to hold on to this. Not going to be quite this easy for Ascent to actually come out here and pop it out. It looks like they're not even going to try it. So Vanny now with the full Uber advantage. This could be the beginning of the comeback. But Voxy almost goes down to a soldier in lobby. That's very scary for them. You don't want to bleed players before you push in.
Yeah, so they've got this 100% Uber, plenty of time to figure out what they're doing with it, get everyone nice, healthy and buffed, and maybe they're hearing the idea of what? They're Ubering in lobby? What is this? Okay, so they pop very early in lobby, push out from the sentry gun, really worried about the Lucas Stang sniper, I guess, or is it Lucas Tank? There's a soldier flying in midair, right, pressuring that sniper. They already got pressure on the... I'm seeing a trend with these rounds, so they sneak it from their noses.
Yeah, you just got to play that point so aggressively on Snakewater. It really is the key, and they did just that. It wasn't a pretty cap, that's for sure. It almost felt like that was going to fail, but hey, I feel like this was an incredibly important round here for Feint, because I feel like they were kind of entering this slump part where it kind of felt like they couldn't do anything right, but hey, getting this round in, that's going to do wonders for the way they feel about themselves.
Yeah, the morale is ever so slightly up. They've got 10 minutes to work with. There's a bit of a skill stick, I think, slapped out there, going aggressive. Showing that the defense is still very strong compared to their offense, and they're actually chasing the Mac kill. Mac goes down. That's a big pick. They could maybe even keep going if they really wanted to, if they've got the clout and the Uber charge. And I think they have a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, they sent in. Feint sent 3 players against the enemy medic there on that mid, and they didn't get it. Condog somehow managed to just dance around until everyone that was on him was dead. And that's really devastating on those kind of mids. Good part is that Vanny stayed alive, and actually Hugo's going to go down. That's not good news for Feint, as now they're going to be a man down. They do have a sniper on both teams actually, so maybe not the situation where you can just push in on it. But
these are big names, Beta. There's no random sniper names here or random off classing. It's Thomas Sniper coming through. Get out of my sights, Vanny. Uber charge down. Thomas showing that he may be a soldier, but he's a scout at heart. He has the doorway locked down, and yeehaw, how do you shadow that performance? Oh, you don't!
What?
You go down, you die. They popped in the Uber. They don't even need to do the work here. They're walking their way to the last point. He can't seem to find anybody. Thomas, he gets another pick onto box. He's bullying this poor team, Beta.
Unbelievable. That medic pick was insane, and then actually winning the sniper duel. Usually when the sniper is standing in the spawn door, you know, he chooses when he opens the door, so he's ready, so he shoots first. But someone actually ran in to spawn, opened the door, and then the sniper got sniped by Yeehaw, or by Thomas. That's incredible. So yeah, and then they answered back immediately and just rolled even harder than ever. Like, this has got to be dispiriting for Feint.
Oh man, just as soon as they were getting some morale back, it seems like the boogeyman has revealed himself. Domo goes down though. This is a much better attempt at aggression on Feint Gaming than before. Still a bit sheepish, and they are keeping themselves alive over on Ascent, but everyone's just so tagged, everyone's so low, and Feint Gaming have such a position and stranglehold on them. They actually want to keep going here, Beta.
Condog survives again. Demoman just Oh
He's
my
in!
God.
Oh no! Airshot miss! Airshot miss! No! Not like this! Shoot the ground! Okay, mission accomplished. Soldiers are hard class.
Almost surviving there. Vanny is still alive, but really nice suicide in there, getting Condog to die. And I don't think they can get in here. Oh no, Domo can't even jump out now. He doesn't have enough health. So he might just get chipped down if he's not careful. Eventually, I think
he really wanted that Pappy kill, and gets taken away from him. Oh,
so
Pappy,
frag hungry.
he's so cheeky. I can't believe Pappy's alive in this situation. If I was that soldier, I would die to one shot of a scalp somehow.
And got another soldier bomb in here. He's gonna try and kind of lock them off. And there we go.
Control point is being captured.
So they've used their Ruber. Vanny has secured the second point for them. Condog and company don't quite have any other chance to respond with it, and I don't think you dare go in because of the backpack potential. And you fought, well, 3 rounds up, excuse me, EU math, but they are 4 rounds on the scoreboard compared to the 1 of poor Feint. So they're feeling more than happy to just chill here.
Yeah, and I just want to point out that we have not been taken over by robots. Oh, okay. I can't even do this joke. All right, fantastic. Damn it! I was ready for this. Oh well. But yeah, if it ever sounds like I'm a robot, I'm not. It's definitely me. I haven't been replaced by some world-ending intelligence. Don't worry about it.
I'm 100% bot. I've always been.
You just embraced it. Alright, that's a 3-man sack that didn't work out at all. Opti, Hugo, and Yeehaw all going down. And Thomas, he is in deep. He is going to come in from the flank in the window here, it seems like.
Yeah, both of the soldiers are actually coming in. Thomas, he's got a free jump off the medic. Vanny has to use his Uber. It does make me wonder if he didn't whiff that rocket on the wall there, would he have got the drop? Thinking emoji, but they are happy with the second point though.
Yeah, that was perfect timing as far as I'm concerned from Thomas there. Just jumped in. There was no way Vanny was ever going to get out of that. And Condog, he's going to now be left with this big Uber advantage. They can just kind of sit around. I don't think they're going to. I think they're just going to push in here with the Uber advantage. I don't see why they wouldn't. Like, is this Poppy calls?
Yeah,
they're actually sitting there. All right,
this is how you destroy morale. It's not about winning. It's about how you win. Could you take 6 minutes of this excruciating pain, Beta?
I know. There's nothing like playing a game for like 5 minutes where you know that it doesn't matter. Right? It's like there's gonna be 5 minutes left in this game. and nothing's gonna matter, and it's gonna be so painful. Scout's gonna run in here, Voxy tries his best. Soda comes in as well. Actually gets some pretty nice rockets in, but not on
Potential.
the medic.
There was potential though. I think there was enough of a threshold if you got like a solid, clean air shot onto the guy and then made him crater to that death there. Possible, but a bit improbable. So Thomas, he's jumping in. He's showing you how a bomb should work. He throws the medic up into the sky. Vanny takes a nice little picture from the skybox and he's alive. He's fine. He landed on a nice high perch and will be back to his team in no time at all.
Absolutely, and Thomas even drops the NS as a nice surf. That's a thing. Alright, and it looks like Voxy's going to go in again, and this time around, he doesn't even get to jump, he just gets taken down by the sticky trap before he takes off. And this Uber is going to come in, they lose a soldier, Ubers are now out of the way, but we kind of know that Ascent are not going to push off of this, right? It kind of feels like Feint, they can do whatever they want. They can take giant risk and Feint will not punish them for it, right? Because the way they punish them is that they just sit around. So, you know, you can do some stuff there, I think.
This makes me reflect back to a while ago, B, so we had the chance as a community to put in some plugins and make little changes to the game and observe balance changes. The first thing we should have worked on is a fucking GG button, maybe. I don't think anybody will be playing about that.
Voxy actually going to go down again. Looks like Voxy has been losing the charge and dying as a result of it. And Mac is going to go down as well. I think they're baiting them into pushing here. Do you push here, Ascent? Do you want to? You can tell they want to, but Poppy's just screaming at them to get back. Come back. I want you in my roost right now, sir.
Man, it is nuts. Pappy just controlling them. Maybe because there was a bit of doubters or, you know, treason in kind of brewing a little bit in the previous sort of game where they were questioning Pappy's like wait calls, and now he's forcing his troop. You will wait again. You will enjoy it.
Yeah, and Ubers have actually been taken care of now, and they're actually going to push in through grass, and I think Poppy's out on rocket. No, he's not. He's just going to jump in, and somehow Feint, they're actually doing a pretty good job. They're one man up, the one combat class up, indeed, as that has now been equalized here as Lucas is going to take down Yeehaw, but hey, it actually worked out. Feint, they got a point.
Yeah, Lucas is caught behind though, like very much behind, as long as alongside other buddy Thomas, I think. Oh wait, no, did he get behind? Actually, is that Caper? That's Caper. How dare I? Yeah, Caper. Oh, actually gets the kill onto Hugo, and Mac is a bit exposed here. He's getting run down. W key enabled. Scout has destroyed that man, and it's a wonderful class. It's a wonderful life, and Ascent actually want to push off this beta.
I don't believe you. They're gonna go back. They're just gonna pretend like they're gonna do that. You don't fool me. See.
I mean,
Poppy has yelled at them again.
This is the correct play, though. The overcharge could be ready for Vanny, though, so I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt here.
Yeah, you almost had me fooled for no, I'm too smart. And so are they. So they're actually going to just take down the sentry gun right now. Vanny probably just wants to get in. Like, they're going to push no matter what. Putting a scout on the point. Oh, he dies, though. That's unfortunate. Actually, quite a lot of time on the point here. Who would have come out from both teams? And this could, if they come in there to refight, this could actually work pretty well, but Ascent, they are one man up.
Yeah, things were a bit cool and collected for everyone, really. It sounds weird, Peter, but I can tell that all this fighting, nobody's heart is in it. I can see the almost sort of relaxed TF2 state between both these teams. Maybe I've just been watching TF2 too much.
Have you been watching TF2 for 8 hours today?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know, the gunshots just look less passionate, I don't know.
I can tell by the way he reloads. His heart's not in it. It's just absolutely no passion at all. And Ascent, they have this Uber advantage, so you know they're going to sit around. Like, this is just a matter of principle at this point. It doesn't matter anymore.
You know, it's 2 minutes left. Like,
yeah, you might as well push, but why would they? Oh, Hugo? I thought he had an angle there.
No. We're just playing for the frag clips at this point. Context does not arrive in frag videos, so...
Exactly. It's like 15 seconds remaining. We're down by 5 points. I go in there and I shot the enermetic. That ends up in the frag video, right?
Yeah, if I could, I would put my pre-game moments into a frag video. I think there is. Didn't you make a frag video about pre-game frags?
Oh, hey, they
drop
got it, they got it, they
onto
got the drop.
Corndog. Hello, YouTube. Hi, beta subscriber list.
This is crucial. This is going to allow them to maybe get an extra point. This is incredible. This is so clutch. Well done,
Our
Opti.
control point is being
Yep,
contested.
Lucas taunting away. Corndog dropping Ubers. A more
Wait,
iconic.
who's defending what points right now? Everyone is just...
Everyone's just flanking around, and the Uber's been popped out by Vanny. He felt a bit too much pressure. Corndog has come back as Pyro, doing a bit of an air guitar solo as well to boot. Goes down, they're capping the point. Food 4-2 looks a lot better than 4-1 beta, so they'll take it here on Feint Gaming.
Absolutely, but this was not close at all. Feint just... Like, they're just getting the life choked out from them by Ascent. It's kind of cruel to look at. And it kind of came to pass exactly like we said when there was like 7 minutes remaining, with just Ascent just slowing the game down, just crushing Feint's will to live. And, you know, Feint, they're trying their best to brighten things up, but...
Oh, Caper, he's switched off the soldier and he's trying to get the meme spoon out. Vanny's gone
Condor's on
spy.
Sniper. This is big.
Yep, the Dead Ringer spy, of course. 7 seconds left. 7 seconds of
Get him,
pure
Condor, get him.
insanity.
Get
Okay,
him, Condor. Oh,
it's over. We can stop now. Put away the toys. Fun time is over. 4-2 is the score for Ascent over Feint Gaming's map. Let's take a look at these logs. Let's take a look at these very sad numbers.
so, yeah, this is looking kind of dicey, but we're going in to Granary. I'm going to actually be bold and predict that Feint, they're going to make their glorious comeback. They don't want to go to bed. You know, we started at 8. We didn't start at 9 like we would normally do. So, you know, we're not going to be here all night anyway. We're ready. Let's get some more games in, boys.
All right, now we've clicked away from the padded sports bar. We're going straight into our mid-fight. Okay, let's see how Mac does. He actually opts to push out from top. Very traditional, it seems, and because you can just nicely drop down to this med pack whenever you please, really. Domo, though, going aggressive, though, on the start of these mids, will eventually appear back for that cap, and Mac is the first casualty on this mid, and leaves a lot of control for Ascent to play off the damage here. Corndog will go down, so they may lose the battle here on Ascent, but they won't lose the war, and Hugo, nice tide-turning rockets here. Feint's gone behind, backstabbing Happy, and also shooting Caper Wise down. He will get the trade onto Hugo, but it will turn up all Feint.
Yeah, really close mid there. Both medics trying their damnedest to stay alive, but we mentioned this. That's not an easy task. And it's going to be a 4K immediately coming out here from Yeehaw. So a good old beginning to the map here for Feint. They needed to make that comeback, and they have indeed. They're building quite a lot faster here on Ascent, but it's not any Crits Creek business. It's just a slightly quicker spawn coming out from Condor.
God, those mid-fights are pretty cool. It's not even like a fight. It looks more like a mugging from the scout. He just kind of goes on top of the medic. It's like, give me your money, kid, and takes him out. So they're going to come back. They've all got their pocket money back in their pockets, and it looks like it's looking a bit richer on Corndog's side, but again, like I said, they will not push in. They will wait like good boys in this 2.5 point of the map.
Yeah. Do you know what Granary Mid reminds me of? It's one of those cartoons where like there's a train track and like a guy like looks to the left, looks to the right, sees nothing, and then they step out, and then you just immediately get run over by a train, right? This comes out of nowhere. That's what the Granary Mid feels like to me.
That's pretty funny as well, because there is a map with 2 trains on it, and it doesn't feel as much of a train track sort of
It's
quietness.
Yeah, it's like Freight and Well, both of them are not nearly as train
Well,
heavy as
forgot
this.
about Well. I was thinking of Freight.
Oh wow. My first
Oh,
thought,
Opti, he's in. There's train wreck
the drop.
on a Uber defense coming out from Ascent. Oh, he did look both ways there, Beta, and he was looking down at the danger. Oh no, Vanny. I mean, yeah, how can you possibly get stung at this point? You just have to slow push this in, check your corners. They're not even going to pop the Uber. They want to just slowly walk it in because it's a long way to go to the second point, Beta.
Yeah, that's the thing about them. They always try to walk it in when they have this Uber. They don't want to just pop it out. And they're going to succeed in that as well. So now they've got this full Uber advantage. There's not enough time to really build a big old sentry and put it in some clever spot. It's just going to be right outside of spawn. I think it might actually be level 3. It will indeed, but here comes the Uber.
Mac is jumping in, he's having to take out the sentry gun, takes it out in mid-air, he's actually on 22 HP, could have gone down, so a lot of attention is being paid to his team to kind of keep him alive. He's sticking up the point but being pressured by some blue player as well, and there's just so many more red players healthy on the side of Feint, and this is a nice turn of events, a strong start for Feint Gaming.
Yep, I think they've been behind every time in the beginning. So this is definitely a change of pace for them and something they really needed as well. That last push actually got stuffed pretty heavily by that sentry gun. It did so much damage to the demo man and sent him back that it actually did it in. But hey, they still got the rest of the push out. There was just too many people doing too much damage, and eventually Yeehaw just kind of cleaned up. And now it's going to be 1-0 for the first time here in favor of Feint.
Yep, they haven't quite got these soldiers on control. Oh, Caper gets the 3 Mac kill. I'll take that any day of the week. Alright, but a lot more trading actually going here. When it comes down to the skirmishers, it looks like Feint Gaming just have it just a bit stronger. Lucas and Domo are the last ones alive. In theory, the soldier and the scout should have an easier time. Lucas will take out the soldier. It's a scout 1v1. Is it a 1v1 though? A health?
With the 4K on mid.
Yeah, and he takes a health pack as well. Not quite the 1v1 that Scout dreams of, but you know, it's still winning the map.
I don't think Yeehaw cares. Like, he's just activated right now. Just twice winning the mid here for himself. Quite a lot of players looking like they're going to come in maybe for Ascent here, but they're not quite making the big peek in to see if they can do anything about it. They are very content to just sit in yard and just going to spam it out. They have a slight advantage here on Condor. Probably not going to matter a whole lot. This is not an easy point to push if you have a tiny Uber advantage. In general, Granary is not very conducive to tiny advantage pushes. Maybe on second point you can do it a little bit if you like just Ubering a soldier or a demo man. Just catches out the enemy medic. That's the only place you can really do it, but outside of that, I wouldn't count on it. But hey, we saw what happened before, right? Opti, he did that big jump in, just 2 perfect rockets. Maybe he can do it again.
Yeah, he looks like he wants to put over it. Both of the scouts are looking away. Oh, Domo, he's on the case though. These scouts, not a single one looking at that left-hand side. Shame on those. So they're going to maybe humor the idea of pushing out now. Opti's a big name for that Feint squad, so they want to give it a go. Pappy has thrown himself in. He wants to get the health pack, but actually goes down instead, and they will just back off everyone and send. Probably part of the plan.
Yeah, I think he expected to die there. He might even go for the banner. That might be part of the plan as well. Because we've seen that a lot on several teams. I think Hugo's going to go down. I think he overextended just a little bit too much there. I'm very excited to see. I'm going to go back to spawn and look at Poppy. That's like my highlight. Does he have a banner?
I don't think he does.
No.
Oh god, Feint are in by the way. I'm not sure if,
I was in spawn, sorry.
Oh, it's a centre actually, yeah. I thought there was a lot more Ascent squad actually in that Feint Gaming. They looked like they were holding things quite far back, but no, it's all keeping control, all calm here. It's probably early to say here, Peter, but you're 1-0 up over on Feint Gaming. You could, in theory, slow things down so much and, you know, make them eat a bit of humble pie over on Ascent.
Would certainly be a very satisfying turning of the tables, that's for sure. But it's definitely too early to do it, I'd say. As actually Domo's going to push in very aggressively.
Oh no. Oh no, they've actually forced off the Uber ahead of them as well. Hugo gets the kill against Tomas during the Uber. Lucas will get the kill onto Hugo. But, God, actually, how has Ascent managed to make this work so well? They've had an Uber up against them, basically. The better Uber, Yeehaw, walks in, does take out Pappy, and they're throwing more people in to see if they can get that pick on top of Condog. Vanny is going to stay behind with his scouts and just keep building that Uber.
Condog is just being water right now. He's just nothing seems to be able to stick onto him. It's kind of crazy how nothing hits. He just moves around it really, really well. Hugo's going to try and see if he can be sneaky up top, see if he can get a good angle. We'll see that. That's probably going to come into play later as now Ascent they're going to put some pressure onto this point. So, okay, looks like Hugo. He's not going to be sneaky. He's just going to actually watch the flank right now. So Poppy, he has moved his way in there. You can get caught out very easily if you're not careful enough.
Yeah, he's been spanned out. So this is a free lunchbox area for Ascent, and usually the aim of the play here is to just Uber in past that little tiny doorway and just force the Uber out, kind of rotate things around and play from there. But I don't know, they don't look like they want to force things out. They just want to maybe check for spies. I don't know why they're shooting about.
Yeah, the thing about this Granary second point is that you don't have.
Oh, Patton, he's in. He's on top. He's actually forced
Gets
Fanny.
it.
Yeah, I guess they Tomas was just a distraction to take out all the sort of aggressing spam, and then Pappy jumps in for free. Very nice sort of duo play. Tomas will take the fruits of Pappy's labours now and get an Uber charge on top of Mac, and with Mac down, they can capture the second point and maybe even push before he's up again.
Yeah, the only confounding factor right now is that Hugo is behind, and they definitely know it on Ascent. So they're kind of looking behind them right now, but they're just going to push in very aggressively on the point.
Point pressure. They're point pressuring already, Vito. I'm scared for them. Poor Feint Gaming. There's so many people nuking this point, and even though Hugo's behind, in theory, he was just dead to the world because he wasn't in a place to help his team.
Yeah, very assertive gameplay right now coming out from Ascent. They just see those little tiny advantages, and you just take advantage of them really quickly. And it's just working out really beautifully there. And also just the way they're blobbing up and concentrating their fire, it's really good. I saw Condog was using the bust, so you can bet your ass that he's just calling all of the damage right now, and all the health specifically. So it's very good to see. So let's see, can we get a mid when both medics survive, or at least one of them survive?
Tomas is going in, Hugo is going in, synchronized swimmers on this mid, and they've picked their targets. Opti is on top of Corndog down, Vanny down as well, and it's time for the DM server enabled. Soap has been unlocked here, and it looks like Feint Gaming are just stronger on that DM presence.
Yeah, Yeehaw is just crushing these mates. That was another 3k for him. And then Opti pitches him as well. But yeah, both medics died. So far the answer is definitely medics cannot live on this mid. It is impossible. But nice spam there to get Yeehaw for it. So no second point for free. That's pretty good for Feint, or for Ascent.
It is cool that they did go for the medics, but I do kind of wonder on these mid fights if they just played it a bit more firing on people without the medic. Like, I know it's a bit riskier in the sense that if you don't fire on the medic and you lose, you will probably more than likely convert the round for the enemy team. But if you don't spend so much ammo on the medic, and the medic is the only one allowed for Feint Gaming, they could probably win out on these mids.
Yeah, in general, the shorter the fight is, the less it matters if you shoot the medic, because you can't pump out as many heals, right? Like, if the medic is alive for 20 seconds, he just pumps out like thousands of heals, then yeah, it obviously would have mattered, right? But if you just have a really quick fight, then the medic can't pump out that many heals, and then you just murder everyone, and then the medic is left alone, and you can just kill him at your own leisure. It's fine. So it's definitely another way of going at it, and these mid fights so far have been very quick. So I can see where you're coming from. You just don't need to focus on it all.
So I wonder if they'll pull off the same trick that Ascent did earlier. Hugo actually opting to... Oh no, he actually sees a couple of spam rocket chances at Corndog from the perch that he's placed himself at. Has to actually mock himself, jump out of it. They do something very similar. One soldier kind of goes in, takes the spam, and then Opti tries to jump in, but they go from lower door, and there's less mobility in that spot for Opti, and because of it, goes down.
Yeah, he tried the top door first. He probably could have got it in there, but he hesitated a little bit and had to go for the low one because the top door was cancelled or shut off. And then Domo is just hitting those pipes right now. Like, if you get within breathing distance of Domo, he has a pipe in your face. It's just kind of the way, the law of the land so far. But we'll see. We currently have just the Demo Man holding alone. Actually, Mac goes down to 18 HP. I think that means that they're going to have to halt all the pressure on the left side here and just get him arrowed up before they can start going in again. But this is a pretty classic setup. You have the Demo Man and the Scout on the right side just holding that shutter door, and then you have double Scout and two soldiers in there. And Yeehaw actually tries to be sneaky, just run around the corner. And he's gone down, and losing a scout here on red team is not that big.
Mac is on his own. He's on his own on this right-hand side. There was a lot of faith. Faith put on that sticky trap and it didn't quite work out. The Uber's been popped as well for Vanny. Corndog has to eventually pop his own Uber because he was chased out there. Hugo's trying to hold the flank. Opti gets some nice little air shots, but everyone's just so tanky over on Ascent, and Faint are definitely on the back foot here. Demoman down for both teams, and it makes hard of these converts and these defenses here for both squads.
Yeah, that was a big air shot there from Voxy, actually, or from Opti, gets the kill. Then Voxy also got the Uber Force out and then even managed to escape and kill Caper on the front.
Mac goes down again. He ends up just getting W'd upon by these past the scouts, just rolling into it. A bit of an overextension coming out from Pappy as well. It seems a game of throws for both of these teams.
Yeah, Vanny going down here is probably the real big...
oh, Jesus, he did go down. Oh, my God, I didn't notice that.
That's the big takeaway. Yeah, it's actually in behind. Oh, they spotted him. Damn, that was real close for him to be in a really big position. And now there's a second soldier as well. This is definitely going to throw them all out of sorts.
He's behind. He's been a bit of a pest, and the soldiers are surprisingly tagged in that top area, so they don't want to deal with him. The scout.
Part 2.
Oh no! Shoot ground, hit floor. Oh, is it hit floor? Shoot ground.
Though Hugo got the job done. While they were all just so focused on the scout, Hugo just lobbed in there.
They can get in now. There's no Uber charge or anything to hold on to this middle point, so they can get in. You can almost kind of close your eyes and pretend it was just a good old-fashioned Uber in to get the midpoint here. But there's going to be a bit of seesawing. Faint Gaming want to go around. They need to block this point before it caps out to get that forward reinforcements in charge, but they won't quite get it. Pappy, goes down. Does Kratos, sadly. Tomas as well. So it works out because they managed to push in without using that Uber charge.
Exactly what you want. It's still 1-1, 15 minutes remaining. This is actually a really nice opportunity. You need to be very quick to get onto the second point. If they don't do that quickly, they're not going to be able to use their Uber until last, and that's what they want to do. You can't do this thing where you just wrap around up top when you have a small Uber advantage, and you just push last basically while a scout caps second, but that's not what they're going with.
Oh no, Tomas. He was hiding in the forward respawn, but a scout quickly came and checked his position. He even doubled his back just to make sure that, yep, that is definitely a soldier in there. I don't know what Tomas is thinking, though. He doesn't want to switch off. Just wants to stay there.
He's just getting his jumps in. Gotta do those. There we go. Finally, he switches back. And you can absolutely see that in these days. But the Ubers have been equalized now. They didn't quite manage to get it. They weren't quick enough. Slight disappointment from me, but Lucas, he's going to just slide from this top area and not really do too much. There's a sentry gun up as well on last.
Yeah, the surprise factor has been taken away from Lucas, spotted early, and more than likely won't get a headshot at this. It depends how much they're willing to open this door over on Faint Gaming, and it looks like they're actually humouring the idea.
Oh, Yeehaws in. He's deep.
But it's all worth it though, boys, because we got that dispenser down. Oh my God, what a turn of events. There's actually a lot of casualties for Faint Gaming here. They've even defused the sticky traps as well, so I think that's a 3-second point.
I don't think they were expecting that.
Numa's just here, okay, just in the face of Domo, and I think one of their players might have been cut off. They want to maybe challenge this point, but they don't dare go into Mac's little web of stickies and just play back instead. They have got the second point, so it's something. Maybe those kills they can find on Faint Gaming now will sting just a bit more.
Yeah, they decided to use the Uber there basically to get the extra respawns out. And that can really work out sometimes, where you just come in from the flank and just destroy everyone. But they managed to get out the second point just fine. And now they have a full present here for Ascent on second. So it didn't really do too much. They didn't lose anything on Faint. So I really like that Uber actually. As you can see, Hugo just desperately trying to make his way in here. Or was that Opti? Oh, it was Opti.
I think it was both of them.
Yeah, might have been. But they're getting bounced all around there. And it worked the first time, so you can definitely see what they're trying to do. If just at one point they just sneak their way in, there's no stickies up there, so if they can just get in there without getting spammed out, you can just immediately jump down. But man, they can just, I don't know, smell Opti from around the corner.
They even had the Uber charge earlier on Ascent, a bit of a weird one, because they did actually pop second compared to Faint Gaming. So Faint Gaming, by all dead to rights, should have had the Uber first, but they don't want to play off the Uber team, so They're just going desperately for this soldier sort of sack or just kind of play.
Yeah, just a good old stalemate. Looks like Opti's gonna try again, and they're just spamming down.
Oh, trap.
Yes. Oh no. Okay, it's not the Yeehaw this time around. I thought it was gonna be Mac in danger once again. You see, they're definitely trying to see if they can bait out the sticky trap so they can rush him down. Hugo might just go down.
Hugo's
yeah,
gone down.
will.
Yeah. With Hugo going down, that's an avenue they can get out of Z area for free and has to give up the yard area. So, fortunately, they're playing Granary. This isn't quite the point of midpoint. It's like you have to fight 2 sections to claim back second fully. It's like 2.5 here on mid.
Yeah, pretty much. And things have stabilized now. There's actually a banner on the side of Ascent. I think that's Thomas this time around. I'm not sure that Poppy has one. Not quite. So
Yeah,
it's going to be a while. And this is not the easiest point to build on either. But hey, it looks like he has actually managed to just pick some fights here on this left side and do some spam damage, which is exactly what Thomas wants to do. Look at that. That's a lot of damage on Hugo.
Oh, he's slow though. He's very low. He needs a crossbow. Oh, banner down for Ascent, and this distraction play for Opti to come in. He doesn't quite get the pick he was hoping for. Corndog is still alive, but it's a blow to the Feint Gaming, I guess, plan.
Yeah, there's one guy up. They're going to send a soldier into the skybox. Gets a nice rocket onto the make, but a good serve from Vanny. Not going to get forced right here. Now all of a sudden this is a reversed situation where it's a one-man advantage for Feint. Looks like they're going to try and send in a soldier to the left side. And this one
Hugo's in.
him.
Yeah, Hugo's in, and he's in for 3. He's taking the fight against the soldier. Thomas is actually having to back out and retreat to his team, and during all of that, they're too busy taking a huge fight.
Wow.
Corndog goes down! This is disaster zone for Ascent now. All the pieces just ended up clicking at once, the flank and the combo, pressured at the same time, and something's got to give when there's so much pressure here, Peter.
It was the soldier sandwich just coming in there with a rocket from the front and the back at the same time. It's going to be an Uber in on the last 2 quick clean-up kills. That's going to be that. There we go. Conduct drops, and his team drops around as well as a result of it. Really nice play there from Feint, sending in a soldier behind and actually winning the soldier duel on the flank, and that enabled them to just come in from both sides. And Condor, he doesn't have eyes in the back of his head, so he only saw one of those rockets, and as a result he ended up dying for it. So Feint up 2-1 here with 10 minutes remaining. Really close game so far, but Feint looks like they're definitely in a commanding position right now.
Oh, just one tiny fight, one little skirmish, and it's cost around for them. It hurts here in this upper echelon of TF2. Thomas, he has to redeem himself here, and he's trying to find Vanny. He actually finds him weaseling his way out of mid, but son, you're still in here. Oh my god, Hugo one up his Roma compadre though, and gets the kill onto the demo man and the medic as well. But as stylish as the kills were, it actually goes up to Ascent, Peter.
Yeah, indeed. So for the first time, Yeehaw dies on mid. That's progress for Ascent, and as always, both medics die. It's pretty funny at this point. I feel like they should just go crit screen to mid because there's a bigger chance of them getting it. You know? They're not living long.
Yeah, poor Vanny. He left mid. He left it, and he still got killed. Needle threaded. Pappy, he's behind, by the way. I'm not sure if you know. Feint Gaming should know. Oh no, the medic actually got a sideline, and we were like, oh Jesus, there's a soldier back here. Takes a direct rocket. Flank, blindside coming out from Thomas. He's here to cause some damage. Actually dies for the cause, and it's looking a lot more even than it has any right to say that Feint Gaming were blindsided by a couple of flanking soldiers, and they still want to keep going with this. They've got players up compared to Feint Gaming, but they decide to shy away.
They even have advantage.
No, they've moved. Yeah, they've moved it now. They're on top of Vanny. They've actually pushed him to spawn. He keeps himself alive, and he's got that Uber charge still intact. Oh, disaster zone.
Opti denied that Uber as well, by the way. He airshot the demo man, so he just like went straight down back to earth. So he didn't jump onto the medic. So that was really huge by Opti, kind of saving their Vanny manages to get out alive. Now he's going to have this Uber. They're going to be able to recap the second point here for sure. Actually, they're going to Uber in really aggressively. Soldier might not be able to make it out alive, but he got the Uber Force out, so he's probably happy about that. And Lucas, he has snuck his way in behind.
He's gone behind, and now he's on top of Corndog. Corndog, easiest kill of Opti's life, even gets a scout kill as well. And
back
poor
cap, though.
Caper.
Point is being
Here
captured.
Oh
comes the
no,
Lucas back cap.
not like this. They need someone to block though. Caper, you're going to have to take one for the
He's doing
team,
it.
buddy. Oh, he gets stopped before. Is it? Oh, it's a
Oh.
mid cap.
The control point
It's a shame that Caper couldn't get on top of that point before at all.
Yeah, and now they just threw in 2 players as well too late. So now they didn't get the back cap, and they threw in 3 players to try and get it to block in. So this is just spiraling out of control for Ascent, because now Fate just have such a big man advantage. It's just Lucas in the back line, but he's kind of bullying Opti right now, who's trying desperately to link up with his team. But I don't think it's going to matter too much. It's still going to be a really strong last push coming in here with this. As long as Lucas just doesn't like come in and 2-shot people or like get the back half too early, and he is not in a position to do that.
It's a 5v5 starting off with this. Lucas behind me. Oh my god, clean pipes coming out from Domo. God, do you have a business card, my friend?
That's a
What plumbing
free kill.
service?
He just piped everyone. That was supposed to be a really good fight for Fate, but then he just ruins everything here, this Domo guy. They do lose Condog though, so that was the one thing that Uber got done, but everyone else just found himself in GM with a Domo
control
guy.
point is being
Happy's still pushing forward. They don't have Corndog alive, so they haven't got heals on their side. So I guess they need to hold these doors very closely. Any sort of chip damage is going to hurt the soul here. Hugo's on no life, but he acts strong and plays strong. Lucas will go down, and the health advantage is too much. Opti, he's on top of Corndog there. Could have gone disastrous for them. Feint have lost a lot of players, though. They have got the respawners.
But they're wrapping around each other. This is super awkward. Now, Ascent
Oh,
Laser
now
kind
they're
of
both
in
going
on
back. Ring around the roses.
just perfectly mirroring each other. It's amazing. I don't think they realized initially that they were just perfectly
And look,
running around each other.
Max poking the other door as well. They might go round again and just trying to find each other.
Indeed, both teams now have their Uber, so they're settling in. And now we actually have the situation where Feint, they can pull the Ascent card and just do nothing for a whole bunch.
Thomas, he's in. You could say he's in, and now he's out. An air shot, and Corndog has a much harder stressing time of it. Looked a bit, though a bit of spam coming in from the left. He's still fine though. That health regen from the medic is going to keep him alive. And would they dare push in?
They probably need to be honest. Like, at least get the Ubers out of the way. But yeah, then that's easier said than done. It is still 4.5 minutes, so it's not completely desperate or anything. But at some point, you need to do something. And
the
looks like they're
chariot.
not gonna do now.
The chariot scouts. Vanny's dropped down though. He wants to get aggressive with his team, and he shows you now this is a chariot. And oh no, the chariot isn't nearly as aggressive as I was hoping it would be. They just kind of back off, don't want to
Yeah, they
go
don't
across
need
that
to.
line.
They learn from the best.
No, don't tell me they are. Hello. Okay, thank you for the little kind of boost. And they actually keep Corndog defended in the corner as well. So this is going great for Ascent. Yeehaw's going behind, I guess maybe to go for a back cap. But Caper is waiting around this corner. He's hiding behind this post. And yep, it's a scout 1v1 for this second. But there's not enough time, I think. They're going to cap midpoint by this. And Yeehaw, maybe he can win the 1v1
This is
still.
for glory. There we go. Yeehaw wins it.
But they've lost Mac and Vanny again, so I think they're losing the war and winning these battles. They lose another lemming into the point. Hugo is on mid for some reason. I have no clue why. So because you're being back capped, or can you even call this a back cap? It's more like a front
There's 2
cap.
players alive.
They're already
both
at
behind.
last.
point is being captured.
Oh no! What a disaster zone. I've said disaster zone way too many times because everybody's just throwing here, Beta.
Yeah, that got real chaotic real quick as just too many players behind lines there. And I didn't see what happened to Vanny and Mac there, how they died, but they got just completely annihilated by the combo with Domo in it there. And all of a sudden, like, half the team was behind lines and unable to defend last and to stop the roll from happening. So now 2-2, 3 minutes remaining here.
Whew, this is a nail biter. You have Hugo launching up in the sky. We'll get the pick on the Domo, and if Matt can keep himself alive, they've got a huge advantage here going into it, and it's looking pretty easy for Fate from this point on. Yeah, they just kind of play off each other. Caper, it's a nice little DM. Oh, nice knee shot coming out from the lad. Kills that kid, but Yeehaw is still alive, and he's full health, and he's the boogeyman on these granary mids, it seems.
Yeah, indeed, but okay, I'm kind of enjoying how much the medic are just getting completely destroyed on these. They still haven't survived a single time, both of them.
Peter, you play medic as well. You should have your heart out for these players. Or I guess maybe this is just your turn. I guess like, yeah, die like I did so many days ago.
That's how it feels. Yeah. There's some shot murder going on for sure. I don't know. It's just when you spawn a pattern and it just perfectly happens every single time. You know, there's just something satisfying about that. But there's 1.5 minutes remaining, and neither team are really in a position where they can completely slow it down or wait for a push. So they just kind of have to play it straight, and Domo's going to go down.
Oh no, that's a big pick. Yeah, that is a big pick. They have to push off this, but they have got an uber charge. Did they wait a little bit, or no? They're actually they're giving Yard for free. Thank you, Ascent, as they will push in. Surely.
Yeah, second inside here on point is a much easier pick. They're just going to uber in here, get it out of the way. Maybe send Boxy in behind. Actually, going to send a soldier in behind as best as they can. Not really that successful so far, but they're just getting ready to do a push in here, and Poppy going down. That's a big damage dealer going down now. Hugo is behind lines. Oh, looks like he is.
Oh my God! What the hell? I thought that was an ambitious air shot. Sweet merciful Christ! Okay, pick up the pieces. Calm down. They're still pushing here. Oh no! Oh.
Wow.
I know they won a round, but that was a good air shot.
That was a really good air shot. What does it
oh,
mean
the hollow
this...
victory. The hollow
yeah, I know.
I bet that even spammed the. I bet that spammed the comms of Ascent as well. I bet he was just freaking out, like, "Look at this air shot I got!" And I was like, "Guys, we're losing last." Oh no!
Yeah, they just get stickied off while 2 scouts are on the point. It's kind of tragic. I feel so conflicted. That was insane.
Yeah.
That shot, and then they just immediately lose. And you know, maybe for once both medics will actually survive this mid fight.
Oh, they didn't go to mid. They well, then again, there's so few. I guess time left that there's no point anyway. But all right, 3-2.
It happened.
All right, well, that's a map up. That's a bit of an upset. That was a sense pick. I guess I am a god of predicting things beating.
Yeah, so we're not going to bed yet. Now it's 2-1 in favor of Ascent. But hey, the comeback is on, baby. As Fate, they take this map in a nail-biter finish, absolutely close as it could possibly be. Despite the sickest of air shots, they just power through it.
Well, after the hype of that, I actually assault by air shots, and Opti and Hugo towering everybody with 9 air shots apiece.
It's worth the time. It was such a good air shot, but oh well. As a result, now we are on to our 4th map, and we're on Gollywash, baby. My favorite map. This is going to be great. And again, this is a much faster map than Snakewater and Sunshine, and probably also Granary. Maybe they're finally getting into gear if we go with my my little, I don't know, automobile.
Yeah, they've warmed up that engine, they've put some fuel in there, and they're finally hitting the first couple of gears of that bad boy. But Ascent are going to put the brakes on this machine. We'll see. Oh, watching in the cockpit is your boy Turbo and Meter. We've got Ramed and we two driving our vehicle, and this is the GG Tour lockdown and loaded game. We are in our 4th map. It is Gollywash. Let's see what Opti has in mind for Domo, and it is death.
Pure death. You just get out of here, and then Lucas even gets a big sticky on him as well. You can see Thomas is sneaking his way up there. Now he's going to jump.
Oh, the spam from Pappy is actually enough, and the collapse comes through. I bet Fate felt like they won the map already, just taking out the Demo Man, but they didn't leave Beta. They had faith.
Yeah, they just believed in themselves, and they also had the ace in the hole, which was just Thomas, who was sneaking along on the low ground there, completely unseen by the rest of Feint. So he jumped up, did a ton of damage, took eyes away from the rest of the team that just walked over the point. It can be very difficult to walk over the point because it's so narrow, right? You have to walk around the point. So if that's probably spammed off, you cannot really cross middle, but thanks to that big soldier bomb in, they could easily just run 2 scouts in. And once you get past that, there's a lot of room to maneuver. So, Uber advantage for Condog, and here it comes.
Yep, they pop up the Uber. They have to deal with this pesky Pyro, though, blowing away half of the damage from Domo. He really is doing a great job of blasting all that damage away, and all they can do is really stare at each other. Mac is playing behind point like any demo man likes to do, and he hasn't got it locked down hard enough though. They just cap it right in front of them, and they can't get out of the other doorway. So the early start for Ascent.
Yeah, premature sticky detonation there. It can happen to the best of us, bro. Don't worry about it. It's a late night. You're tired. We get it. It's cool. It's fine.
It's just a lot of pressure, you know. It's a hard game. All right, Domo though, he prematurely died on this mid, so who's really the worst one off in these fights? Thomas, he was so happy with that drop down play, he wants to do it again, and it's gonna work again. He's actually gonna get poor Mac as well. He's still alive. He's got this health pack on lockdown. Can he finish off the scout? No, he cannot. So there's a moral victory in here somewhere.
Yeah, Voxy's just running away back to last as fast as he can. Condor once again surviving with this Uber advantage, so this could be the second round in a row where they just move in here with this big Uber advantage and just take it really quickly. So I think they need to be careful. They don't want to get behind here. I can see a banner on a soldier. That's interesting. I guess that gives him extra health to deal with if you're not jumping around a lot. Like the battalion's backup can kind of act as a one-time use gumbo, but it can also just be 20 extra HP for you to deal with.
Yeah. Or maybe they already know that they like to... Oh wait, no, actually they're pushing in. Yeah, they're definitely pushing in. They're using the Uber now. They're taking out that sentry gun. It's looking very reminiscent of the last one. They need to see if they can cap off that point. Mac, is he on top of it this time? Actually, yeah, he will make sure nobody's on that point. They actually get out of a doorway as well, Feint Gaming, so... It's still a bit hard for Feint because they're all boxed up, blobbed up in the same area, experiencing the same sort of spam, and I think as the dust settles, Ascent are looking a little bit better. The only thing alive that can keep them in this is Mac. He has got a strong position though. He has taken out Pappy. There's
not
too many
quite
bodies.
enough. Yeah, he was in the bunker there. Really nice re-push coming in from Ascent there. And it was almost a hold there by Feint, but they were just barely unable to keep this heavy alive. And as a result, just everyone else was able to get in there on Ascent and then eventually put on the pressure on Mac. And Mac, he did a pretty good job, but hey, maybe he needs to rethink it, just holding alone down there in water.
Yeah, quick rollout. He's actually pushing from this floor area instead. Won't be rolling out the quick way. Domo is going to meet Opti in the elbow area. Takes him out. Vanny's being pressured as well. Thomas goes down this time. No flank play and massive damage onto Vanny. He's going to keep himself alive. And Corndog, I can't believe it. Both medics are alive for a mid-fight beater.
Can you believe it? I can scarcely so myself. Looks like they're going to try and see if they can force their way in through choke, and the answer is no. There's some stickies and other players waiting for them there. So we're going to slow down a little bit, and Thomas going to take this opportunity to go sniper. This is a pretty good sniper map. You can just kind of look in through big door, get a lot of space there, and then once you've done that, you can even run a scout behind lines if you so choose.
Are you feeling lucky? Are you? Nope. It seems they won't get it. They get a shot onto Mac, but he's just too bouncy to really find that head. He's even got a... it looked like he had a helmet on. No, not quite the headshotless perk, but who knows. Oh, hero shots maybe from Thomas.
The interesting part right now is that
They popped! What the? Why? Okay, well, I didn't expect that. I practically turned my brain off thinking they wouldn't pop there, so they're now cut out from second. Their flank is awkwardly... their flank is awkwardly caught out in no man's land, and Hugo's just been left to the dogs to feast upon. Yeehaw as well. A scout Voxy gets chewed up on. They come in now. I think that's guilt showing their way. Oh no, and they even lose Vanny after all that. Why did they pop Meter?
I have no idea. I feel like I was watching it, but I didn't see it, you know? Like, I don't know. I don't comprehend. I think
Well,
I saw it and I understand, but I don't comprehend.
I think there's a lesson to be learned here, because when you have an Uber charge that can it's the design of Gully Wash as well. It cuts the map off so much that your flank has no way to back out if somebody Ubers in from there. So they were definitely caught in, and I think from guilt and just the fact that they had to take that fight, Faint Gaming came in, and it was an awful fight for them to take.
Yeah, but they didn't want to give up second, and they got punished for it. So yeah, now we're here on mid. You see Thomas in the elbow, just waiting to get onto the mid, and that's going to be a nice little free shot. Never mind, Vanny somehow survives. Somehow survives.
Oh, Pappy launches himself up, trying to buy some room for his team. There's a nice foothold from Faint Gaming there, and they want to back out, but Toma, nice pipes to actually help his team retreat there. Could have gone a bit awry if somebody flanked from the choke way, but nobody on Faint Gaming decided to take that avenue.
Yeah. Oh, Hugo's in the corner. It's going to do a lot of damage. Actually does get Lucas, so that's pretty good. But yeah, Vanny, he died to a random spam pipe from Domo as they were retreating there. That's what happened there. Yeah. So that's the really big deal going on.
What is this TFT? I don't expect these moments from Vanny to go down, and so much so I'm blanking them. I just don't see them in my crosshairs at all. So, alright, we're Ubering in, we're going in second point. They're probably going to guarantee a scout kill if they can hit the bleeding guy, but they will clean him up now. But one scout for an Uber, pretty good trade.
Yeah, you'll take that probably most days of the week. So Thomas is playing the drop down. It looks like is the scout trying to go behind? No, he's just going to hide around. Alright, so Vanny obviously he has the Uber advantage, but it's not that big. So if Conduct just plays far back and they do have a bunch of spam and they just like delay Vanny a whole bunch, they can actually play this. So Conduct not playing completely out of the point, but look at this. They're just going to try and Uber in here with the Demo Man. And they actually do manage to completely cut off the choke and get
Oh, there's a flank though. There's a hard flank coming out from. Oh wait, no, there isn't. I'm mixing up my sides of the map. Hey, Castor's goes. All right, so Vappy, they actually held him back on second point, and they have to give it up because there's just too many players over on Faint Gaming alive. They have got Thomas hiding in that forward respawn, so maybe they can make a play with that. But Mac has got that place on lockdown. He is a bit distracted. A nice little air pipe, a second pipe as well, but tanky boy Pappy just goes back and heals up, and it's like it never happened. Oh.
Yeah, and then he just gets Voxy, just catches him out. Conduct has a full Uber advantage there, getting ready, just moving onto this middle. And just not having a scout to worry about backcabbing, that's really nice. You basically don't need to watch the flank now. Not that
oh no, Mac! He's caught out! He's gone down! They actually did use the Uber though for that, so... Oh, and they get a bit of a flank kill as well. They can keep going with this, although there is going to be an Uber charge up on these scouts. It is a bit intimidating and scary. The Ubers actually come out from them. Can you put your best dodging face on here, Beta, if you're Ascent Gaming?
Lucas is definitely taking his flank face on. As he had a sword of him as well. Second scout coming in, so now
another
just a straight
scout.
up fight.
Oh no, 2v1 now against poor Yeehaw. Actually, this probably makes things even. The man is a stat beast and calls in his boys, and it's no longer a 2v1. Yeehaw just walks in, okay.
I don't think they realize, yeah, he's just gonna...
Opti's in, he's on top of Corndog. Corndog goes down as well. Heal advantage for Faint Gaming. He wants to take this kill onto poor Domo. He goes down. There's another flank. This is legitimately a flank now. I'm not mixing up my sides, and the flank fails just as badly.
Oh, Caver's in. He's deep.
Okay.
Only
Everyone.
gets one kill.
That was a lot of lemminging is the best way I could put it. A lot of back-to-back feeding. No, not much coordination, I feel, there, Beta.
Yeah, just when the kill feed is moving that quickly, it's very difficult to stabilize, and they do eventually manage to do it, but that's usually the sign of the really good teams, is that they're able to stabilize off of very awkward situations. But you can exactly see they're playing up top here. Poppy gets a nice little kill onto Opti there, who's trying to be aggressive. But they're playing with fire, yeah, because there's an Uber waiting for them.
Yeah, they can push at the same time and the same rate as well. They just managed to get back to last and in their positions. They're spamming down the sentry gun. That's been cleaned up now. They're setting this point on lockdown, but they do get out of the spawn door, and the scouts are crawling all over them, discombobulating their viewpoints, and Thomas has got the point covered as well, and that seems like a much cleaner defense on the Ascent side of things.
Yeah, absolutely. Just doing a big old star split, making sure to dodge all the damage. They're actually going to try and see if they can go forward here and sticky the spawn. Please don't let this work.
Oh no, it's actually going to
no.
work. It's,
No,
they
suspect.
know about it.
They have game sense.
Oh no, they pressured Domo though. He was so hell bent on getting that forward stickied up, he couldn't defend himself against that soldier and goes down.
Yeah, good little punish there. They do still have the Uber advantage, but obviously when you have a big Uber advantage, you want to have your demo man there, because when you jump in the demo man, you can shut off the doors so they can't retreat if they're in too deep. Just due to the fact that they can't do that, this Uber
Oh, Mac maybe overextended. He's there we go, blindsided by the Pappy flank, and with Mac going down at this point as well, Hugo gone down and lower. They've already capping second. Oh, okay, Lucas will cap second. There we go, and they've got an Uber charge ready. They might be able to get this in just before Vanny has his Uber, but he should have it round about now. The Pyro is here as well to be a pest. Where is the Uber, by the way? Pappy has been caught dry.
Get the force out. Get the force out. That's good.
They're capping last. They've actually did force it out. Corndog has gone back. They didn't want to pop the Uber. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Condog's just gonna play really far back. Caper's still on the prowl. Looks like he's gonna just make this escape. Doesn't want to die. That makes sense as well. So now the second point will fall, but they're gonna have a big Uber to come in here and get it. And they actually lose 3 forward spawners, so that's gonna delay things quite a bit. And we see Fane, they want to be aggressive here, try to see if we can get some extra space. Not quite gonna be successful, but the sword actually makes it onto the medic. And look at that, Condog's gonna survive with 50 HP. Nice surf.
I would love to be a fly on the wall of the Mumble server, Pappy and company now, because they just it just seemed like a really strong call, like, don't pop this Uber, I want to keep it in. Or maybe they just realised they were too late to get the kill onto Vanny before he had his own Uber charge. Who knows, but they'll find themselves back at last again. They're trying to build a sentry gun, but Pappy, so annoying, just spamming it down constantly. He's like, quit it, I want to level 2.
You know, fun. Yeah, and it has gone down again. So maybe he's just going to go on heavy. No, it's going to be sniper here for Voxy as well.
Nope, heavy again.
All right. Yeah, he's like, screw you guys. You can't.
Yeah.
Like, you can't destroy my sentry now.
I am the level 3 sentry.
Exactly.
Domo trying to see if he can get some kind of wonder pipes out to maybe get some pressure onto Vanny, facilitate a bomb perhaps, force, but well in the driver's seat here if we keep our driving metaphor going here, Beta.
Let's not. As actually, we got some water actually going on right now. As Capers, he was down there at least, but as soon as Poppy goes down, they just move out and play it slow.
Ooh, Lucas doing a good job of dodging all those explosions and stuff happening in lobby area. It's a bit heated in that area of the map. They decided to just back out and play it cool and get all their respawners back up, and they can just slowly take lobby. Because the threat of the back cap is always there. They don't dare. Oh, bet. Okay, well, Tomas is in and Tomas is out.
He is back to spawn. He's probably fine with it. Lucas is on sniper, so he's going to have to position himself pretty far back, be in a good position here, and he has done so, but he's not able to really deal with things up top. So Opti, he's going to jump in there.
Lucas, he sees the beam. Can he see the medic? Not so. He pops around the corner, and we've got an Uber sniper. He kills Hugo. No man left behind, it seems. And is that a lock and load?
It is.
Okay, well, I think that's one of the most hated weapons by a scout, and just how quick it fires and how much damage it does. So
I mean, not more than direct hit, right? That one shot you.
yeah, but it's still a cursed weapon, and they're pushing in. They're going in dry, bite the pillow, and they're going in hot and heavy. Hugo keeps things cool though in this last point. It looked a bit dangerous there, feeling themselves a bit too much over on Ascent.
Yeah, Poppy's going to do a good job there of just cutting off Hugo. Doesn't allow him to get to his medic. Lucas is still in a really good
position. Oh no,
getting...
headshot! Oh my god! There was an opportunity. Vanny though, well adjusted and well aware that a sniper could keep him in his sights if he stayed in that fight longer. Decides to back out with his team, and a good play.
Yeah, he only allowed Lucas to get one good look at him, you know, whereas in a continuous fight there would have been more. Now Lucas is actually going to go down, so I've been unfortunate they had a slightly weird advantage. Now they're going to be unable to use it, or at least unwilling to use it, as they're just going to retreat here and wait for the good old demo main to come back.
Mac?
What? Oh my
He's,
god,
he's in a very dangerous spot. Yeah, it does get a crossbow though. Living life by the
It
edge.
worked out, actually.
Yeah, he who dares wins. So he will claim this lobby area back for his team. But what can you do with this now? They can send a scout in behind, I guess. Yeehaw will feast off the innards of Lucas going back to sniper again. And Opti is going to throw himself in. He's actually looking to pick on Tomas of all people, and Tomas is just giving him a ring around the entire area of second point. Hugo is probably finally going to be the first blood of this thing. They popped off the Uber Corndog just because he was pressured so much, brought down so low, and the scout will go down for his sins. They could maybe think about a second repush here with that overcharge once everyone's up from Vayne.
Indeed, that was the Yeehaw special. Gets in onto the medic, gets him to pop, and then just eventually does everything. As Poppy tried to come in, so did Tomas, but both of them did.
Oh no,
immediately
Caper,
denied.
what are you doing, Caper? Of course there's going to be people over there, so he walks in, maybe hoping for a back cap over at water, but they're having everybody walk down the doorways, making sure that no doorway is left behind and left unchecked. Second point for Feint Gaming, and all with that Uber beater.
Yeah, and they've actually Ubered in already. Nice little destruction there on Poppy. He's going to go down, but Condog now is on 90%. It looks like they might want to come in here and try to block it. It's going to be very difficult to get in there in time, but the soldier's already distracted. And look at that.
Well, they want to block the. Yeah, they get the block as well. Oh, Lucas brought down to low HP, actually drops down as well, so he's kind of missing a man on that Uber.
Hugo's behind. He gets a kill, and then I think he even slinked into the drop down. And there we go. He's still behind.
Everyone's dropped down. Oh, the pipes are missing from Domo as well. That lock and load. I like the spirit. He's trying to go with the name pun, but it's just not working.
The control point is being
Yeah.
contested.
I hadn't even figured out. Yeah, of course, it's the tournament. You've got to go for the lock and load. Yeah.
My puns are getting so good, B2. I'm messaging people in game like, equip this item, we're really good.
Yeah. It'll be funny.
Tomas, that's not funny. He goes down trying to jump in big door area. I feel like players are losing their way a little bit in this game as it's unraveling here. I know they feel cushy, but they could still make a comeback here.
I mean, they have the Uber advantage, and they take down the Pyro, but not the soldier. He's gonna take down their own, and
water.
There's a single scout in water. I mean, Demo Man is
they
gonna
know.
do that. They know, absolutely. And the center gun is still up, so like any kind of aggression is almost doomed to fail if you actually try to push the issue right here. So Van, he's gonna go back there. He has 50% Uber. So it doesn't take too long to build this up.
Yep.
And they just need to make sure to not get caught there by Condog and his shiny Uber.
Yeah, they're dodging the stickies by going through the lower doorway, so they get in for 3, but just about, and they actually throw, well, I say throw, Opti more like offers himself to them, and Feint, I don't know, they're just still in second and dying. Okay, it's fine, they got Ubercharge at least over on Vanny now, so they could maybe hold on to the second point. It's going to be a valiant effort by these two remaining players from Vayne. There's a sneaky play going onto the medic. They will actually pop off the Uber, and Mac will get the kill onto Caper. Tomas loves that drop down, so much so he will go down again, and they've held it.
Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate timing for him. He came in after the Uber already got forced. So now it's just going to be a matter of can they actually force Condog to let go of
Opti, they didn't see
they
Opti.
did.
I can't believe they missed Opti. He was there. I'm sure people kept track of him, but he got behind and he got the kill onto Condog before he could pop it. And now this is, I mean,
Oh, the pipe.
oh,
The double pipe. Taunt. Yes, sir.
oh. Now that's how you taunt and still keep winning the game.
The control point is being contested.
Oh, man. All right, they just need to build this Uber and then get it up. Come on. It looks like Domo not going to play water, at least not so far. Lucas, he's going to try his best to be a sniper. We obviously need to wait and see what the plan of attack's going to be here for Feint, but okay, Domo is going to play water, so basically the same max strat that we've seen a bunch of times. Lucas going to play Riverside, see if he can get any kind of key pick. It looks like he chickens out just in time. Just before the soldier just comes careening around the corner.
That's a lot of people in water there. They've got a soldier down there as well, and they've taken out the sentry gun, they've pyro switched out, they've put the heavy weapons guy. There's a lot of people on that point. It's a huge range in the cage for that gully watch point. Everybody is standing on to make sure that nobody inches out, and there's one scout out left on the counter for. That was Voxy. He's been cleaned up now, and Mac and Vanny are the only people left. He's trying to set up a trap, but I think there's too many people for him to really hold on to that second point. Instead, plays back over at mid, and he's setting up a sneaky trap as we speak.
So unfortunate, they really needed that last cap, but it was very close. They just didn't deal with the demo man quite in time, and then once they started to play the point, it was actually really close, I feel like. It looked kind of overwhelming, but just trust me when I say that it was very close to working out that feint, but Ascent just barely holding on, having that heavy alive at the end, really was the nail in the coffin for that push. So now it's going to be even Ubers once again, and Ascent are in a position where once again they can really afford to slow it down. It's about 9 minutes remaining. They're up 3-0. So I think Ascent are just very comfortable with just taking it easy. And they're playing Demo Man in Big Door. I kind of like this because that means that Scout can run behind us easily.
Yep, TikTok, Feint Gaming TikTok, and those ticks are sounding. Oh, they actually throw Yeehaw in against Thomas, a free area. They actually come back collectively as a team to deal with that one player. That does mean they lose a bit of lockdown on this choke, and you see Feint Gaming rotating around. They've got one player in, but they've popped an Uber. Okay, well, they want to get Ubers out of the exchange clearly, but how will Fanny get out of here? He actually just gets out by walking out of the front door. Mac is rejoining the fight now. Call an ambulance, but not for me. It's going to be a collapse from Feint Gaming on top of poor Ascent, and it looked like it was just like some feigned gameplay to make it seem like they were weak, but it was a huge sort of coordinated collapse from Feint Gaming.
I think Thomas going for the big block. Oh no, the medkit. It never spawns in time. It never does.
Oh, they're already
it's
at
not
last.
Gonna be there in time.
Keeper, he jumps on top of the point with the winger, very nice, so he's going to keep that point blocked, but he has to delay so much time for his team. Dodging skills, Pyro enabled, Soul comes out from Vanny, hasn't got enough for the Uber charge, I'm afraid. Is it Corn Dog? It's the Corn Dog! Pyro to the rescue. Who would have thought it? Yeehaw burns for his sins, and I can't believe it. 100% Uber for Vanny, but they got beaten by a medicless team for a second there.
Yeah, and it's still a medicless team.
It's not over. It's still going in.
He got arrowed, of all things, to happen to him. But now they can actually just play the point, but it is actually sneaking up by Domo, so he's doing a good job of that. But the kills are definitely coming in here. I think it's going to be just enough. Mac, he's getting those kills.
Corn Dog's like, I can't believe I'm doing this again, and he comes back. He's come back. Domo is behind the point. The first round on the board, maybe some sign of hope in this match. 7 minutes left. It's definitely doable on a map like Gully Wash, Peter.
Yeah, Mac was just waddling around on that last point so long in like 2 different pushes and never dying. Just eventually, just the stickies on the point was enough to get it done for his team. But this is one hell of a game. There's still 6.5 minutes remaining, so plenty of time to actually get 2 rounds. You see the Thomas in the drop down.
Oh my god, did anyone get the license plate on Hugo there? He just came darting in, kills Corn Dog, and he's never seen again. Phantom of the Big Door. He will claim that point away from them, but Ascent, they don't need their medic, it seems.
Thanks, Doc.
Nope, that's not to win mid at least, but you know, if you want to hold on to it, that's a whole different issue here. And I don't think that's going to be quite as easy here as now Vanny. He's playing in choke. It looks like they're just going to take it a little bit easy. They have received backup in the form of a Mac demo man, so I think they're going to slowly waddle their way in through this choke as long as they get their respawners. And hey, this is actually a pretty decent situation, right? They're down 2 rounds, they have an Uber advantage. They're just gonna pop.
Scratch that, they've used the Uber, yeah, they want to get Happy, who ended up forcing them. He will go down, and they actually kill Yeehaw during all of the excitement. Not really what you're expecting on a second push. Oh, nice little air shot from Opti. But there's just so many people on their plate to deal with. So during their Uber push to mid, they ended up getting flanked, and their second push, so they had to come back. So that mid was null and void.
Hugo actually gets a lot of spam in there. He was playing in the drop down, and now the Soldier's going to come in here from up top, and everyone's just bunched together in Big Door. Okay, they do a little bit better now, just spreading out, and actually Feint, they don't want to go forward too much.
Wow, very nicely read by Caper there. He knows that the only place Opti can get out is that Big Door, has it on lockdown. Thomas is behind, by the way. I'm not sure if you know, well, if Opti knows, he has him cleaned up, but he sticks around way too long for the fight. Mac is going to keep the lobby area maybe under control. Vanny is... Oh, don't tell me they're going for the push. They're going for the push, Beta. They don't want to give up their second point for any reason. Mac drops down. Uber has popped off of both of these teams. Who's the manlier team, Beta? Who's going to stay and who's going to go? It looks like Mac Daddy will push them out of that second point, and this is the play, maybe? They're playing it very slowly. Trades a piece for both of these squads. Time is still ticking, though, and time is not on the side of Feint Gaming, Beta.
Yeah, it was the fat Mac Uber against the flash Uber of Condog instead. So definitely that's why they decided to retreat there. But now, again, we're in the situation where this is stalemate. There's 4 minutes remaining. Feint, they need 2 more rounds, so they basically just need to push. I would actually push before Uber sort of thing, and I'd probably go in through like big door or drop down or something weird like that. But they need to move quickly because they're gonna run out of time so soon. It's not even funny for them. But it looks like they're just gonna aggressively build and hope that maybe Condog's not doing the same. But spoiler alert, he is.
Vanny keeps saying over and over again he's fully charged. Maybe just the voice lines alone trying to scare poor Pappy and his boys to going in. They've got the single scout too, but a lot of pressure put onto this scout to make it work. They pop off immediately, so, and Opti's in as well, so another little kind of thorn in the side of Ascent to deal with. He doesn't know that he's in drop down area. They could make a nice collapse here, but everyone's so low health, too many skirmishes, too many people from Feint on the floor. A bit of trading. Feint are coming out of this just a bit stronger. Corndog goes down. Vanny's still alive. Back cap during all of this. It will get dealt with because it doesn't cap as quickly here on this Gullywash map.
Yeah, they actually got what they wanted. They just need to make sure that they don't get like sniped from forward spawn.
A back cap on midpoint, I guess now, but it still
doesn't. Yeah.
Still doesn't work.
So now they're just going to keep on moving. They're actually going to have an Uber for this. They can use an Uber, they can go in here, and then they're going to have 2 minutes to cap, and that is doable.
Pappy is behind as well, so they're down a few players for this last defense, so it's going to be a really give defense. Look how close Dono's holding the door, because he just needs to keep things desperate. He's fighting in lower and somehow living. They go and play the point instead, playing the objective game, and the objective game has brought them back into it. It's 3-2. Very, very, very close here in this game, Beta.
Ascent just kind of fell apart on the tail end of that whole round, that's for sure. Like, those many players just stuck behind trying to backcap and then realizing that they can't do it. At that point, it was probably almost better to just kill bind and just get back in front of the enemy to try and stop them. But as it was, they just kind of got to run away from. And as it is, that'll be another mid. This is a very important one to Feint.
Yep, Hugo already tagged, not quite bagged though. Thomas is going to get some nice opening kills onto the scouts and soldiers, so this is already probably backing out territory for Feint Gaming, and that's what they do. Aggression is the name of the game for Ascend. They're flanking round, they don't expect them coming around this way. Some nice rockets onto Mac, he's going to go down, and they haven't got an Uber charge to keep fighting here. They actually try to push through the chokeway while all this flanking was going off, and they haven't lost a beat on this cap during all of that. He will get killed on Thomas, but you know, this is kind of the Thomas territory where he got the nice air shot but still lost the round. Ooh.
Yeah, it's definitely a desperation push, and it's not quite over yet.
Oh no, the scout behind, nobody was watching lower or behind from the big door area. They forced off the Uber, and oh, actually they get the kill onto Mac anyway, who's holding in lobby. I guess he wasn't hoping or counting on that. They are a bit tagged, everybody on Ascent. They can still keep pushing it, and the scouts are doing a wonderful on Feint Gaming, keeping them herded and sheepdogged into that lobby area. Despite the numbers advantage, respawns have arrived, and respawns are going to keep respawning, it seems. Hugo goes down again. Capon does what he does best. He's behind. Yeah. He's going through water. He's playing up the objective. He's looking at Yeehaw in the eyes. You lose, kid.
Checkmate. Caper just perfectly got behind there. They knew they had to push really aggressively on Feint. And there we go. That's going to be game 4-2. Feint, they will not be able to come back into this. It's going to be Ascent that takes this 3 maps to 1. They're going to take the big old Smackaroos home. Was it 600 euros?
300 first prize, but 600 prize pool. So
right,
they've taken 50% of that entire prize pool. Woohoo!
Yeah, really incredible there. Very close games, very entertaining, and you know, Feint gave us some hope, but at the end of the day, Ascent, they just show that, hey, if you have enough talented players, you can absolutely win anything. Oh, Voxy actually had a really good game. So you usually see him have like good KD and just playing smart, but hey, he got the damage this time around. Oh, we actually have interviews.
We actually have interviews. My God, do we have? I don't just see one member of one team. I see two members from each team. Oh wait, no, just Pappy actually. All right. Well, we've got some extra bonus people as well. Thomas has quickly joined. Hey, Thomas, feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling great.
Excellent. All right, I'm going to start off with Hugo and Mac. Hugo, Mac, just tell me bluntly what went wrong for you guys.
Our mids were shocking.
Which map?
So like Gully mostly. Grand was the only one where we had good mids, but like they kept doing this thing where they will feed for Vanny and then run Condog out, and then we didn't know what to do about it because we're all peanut brains.
Is this true, Hugo? Is that?
That's what it felt like.
Sadly, that is the truth.
Pappy, is that the unbeatable strat? Was it really just came down to that, or do you think that there was more string to your bow?
Not at all. I mean, we had no idea how to play any of the maps, so me and Toad just sacked for them mid, and we'd run Condog away. That's not much thought went into it.
All right. Now, Thomas, tell me what's sweeter, $300 or that air shot on Granary? Whew!
Oh, definitely the air shot where I then taunted him through the round.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely the highlight of my...
I really enjoyed this tournament. It had a very different feel from the other ones. It felt more like laid back and fun compared to the other ones that were like more serious. So it was fun. I liked it. It was good. And thank you guys for playing. I'm out.
Mic dropped. I'm going to give a big shout out to our sponsors. It was just GG Tour coming in huge for this tournament, and they really made waves. A big congratulations. And you're right, Beta. It was a really, really fun game to play from what I hear from people, and it was really fun to watch as well. A big shout out to our production team and everybody behind the scenes, because without these guys, we wouldn't be watching anything. So a big shout out to WeTube and Ramed, who are doing the grand final. There's some other staff here and there poking about. You know who you are, and we love you very much for it. All the casters, and especially the players, and especially you guys watching at home. You're the reason we do this. But a big shout out to Phoenix Red for doing the admin as well. Yeah, shout outs all around. Big shout out to Critscast as well, giving us the platform to do all this production. Otherwise, I've been TurboTabs. This has been the GG Tour Grand Final. That has been Ascent versus Faint Gaming. Ascent will glitching out against them. A final shout out to Beta, Hugo, Mac, Pappy, Thomas, and WeTooth, Ramed, everybody, even Beaverbot in here for a job well done. We'll see you for the next cup. Tune in for any sort of TF2 on the Critscast channel. Otherwise, it's a goodbye from everybody, and I see you later. Bye-bye now.
Hi, old beaver! Away!